Hello, everybody. Welcome
Good morning.
in. Good morning, evening, afternoon, whatever time zone it is for you. For me, it is a beautiful morning. Excellent. Good. There we go. It's a beautiful, lovely morning for Yuri.
For Yuri.
Yuri time. We're gonna finish up It Gets So Lonely here. Thank you, Steam Elements bot. I do know. Thank you so much for this valuable information.
They said, hey, by the way, we are working.
I do. Listen, I do like knowing that. But it's also like, okay, come on. There we go. That should be good. All right. We're going to look at women. It's time for women.
Little ladies.
If you don't know what's happening, go watch the other VOD.
Yes, there is a part 1.
the only lowdown I'll give you right now is we are a girl in a interesting circumstance of a cycle of birth and death, I guess.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, and we meet beautiful women who kill us.
Yeah.
And that's the story. We're on the final part, which we're going into the castle. We had some interesting dialogue with the narrator, so I'm really curious to see like what happens from this. Yeah, and that's about it. Okay.
Sorry.
No, you're good. I was checking my things, but Doppy, do you want to introduce yourself?
Sure. Hello, everybody. My name is Doppler. I am a Weather Sprite VTuber. I play a lot of cozy games, and I'm currently kind of on hiatus because I am in school, but hopefully that is soon to change. My semester ends soon. So I hopefully will be able to stream again soon.
Yippee! Academics are, I was going to say athletics. Academics are important. See, this is why you should go to school. I dropped out.
No.
And that's why I'm here. All right.
You are smart. You are beautiful.
Thank you. Okay, let's get into our game.
Taylor, you're telling me that I need to start sending you affirmations in the morning, because I will.
Yes, thank you. I'll always take them. Okay, where the hell did we stop?
I don't know. I guess go by timestamp.
This one. Yeah, this one is the latest. Okay.
Is it?
Yeah.
No, because October 31st would have been later than that.
You're right.
Of the 15 one.
Oh, yes. Yeah. I see.
Midnight 15.
Yes, midnight 015. Okay, excellent. There we go. Yes, the castle.
There,
okay.
Yes, okay.
All right. Ready. Good and ready. So you want to go to the castle? Good idea. All decent fairy tales tend to conclude in castles once they're beleaguered? Beleaguered. Put upon heroines are finally able to wed the handsome princes they once dreamed of. Why bother trying your luck with the shore, which may very well be deserted, or the village, which will be full of dirty, barefoot peasants? It is far better to skip the suffering and go straight to the grand finale. That is very astute of you. I did not realize you had it in you to be so mercenary. I've never heard that word in that context.
Yeah, me either.
I can only wonder what you will uncover during your moonlight meanderings. Chat, do let me know if the music or audio is a little too loud. It's a little loud for me. I might turn it down a bit. Oh, it's this. Yeah, I'm like, you're loud as fuck. Oh, the music's fine. I'll turn that a little bit. The sound's just loud as hell. There we go. Okay. The night is far from over, and your adventures are only just beginning. I hope only that you have brushed up on your curtsies. They might come in handy when one is interacting with a sovereign. Royals can be temperamental after all. If you fail to treat them with the prerequisite amount of respect, you might come to regret it. Oh, I remember from last time, too, we learned that, I mean, she grew up in fairly nice standing. And we were constantly screaming at her to be like, girl, this ain't a 5-star resort. Calm down.
Literally.
Because she always had some,
she
always had some slighter aside.
Yeah. She was like, okay, like, whatever. I was like, girl.
Yeah, when she was making, or not making fun, but commenting on the villager lady's house. And she's like, oh, it's so dirty. And like, and like, it looks really poor in here.
I do remember that now.
After running for her life in the woods.
Literally.
Like, come on.
Like, girl, your options are not very great right now. Like, you just gotta suck it up.
You follow the path which leads to the castle, supporting yourself on weary, aching legs which feel ready at a moment's notice to detach from your hips. You are a little more than a wisp of a girl, but you have been running for so very long, and your feet are so very numb. You feel like a great lumbering thing, clumsy and ungainly. The soles of your feet are screaming at you. You need to lie down and quickly. You only hope as you continue to run that you will find a spare room available for you in the castle. You do not know what exactly will await you in the castle, but you have visions as you run of a vast, opulent dwelling. This dwelling will surely be full of finely furnished rooms in which you might rest your weary head. There must also be a king and a queen inside this castle, you ponder, who will be kind and wise. And what of their children? What of a princess? Every good castle must possess a princess who will take pity on you in your plight. You can imagine the face of this generous princess with ease, thanks to the fairy tales you read in abundance as a small child. The princess will be fair of hair and blue of eye, with soft pink lips pursed like rosebuds. Her limbs will be slender, her hands dainty and unsullied from physical labor, and her sensibilities will be sweeter than marzipan. She will be kind to you and compassionate, just like an older sister. You do not know what older sisters are like, though, or younger sisters for that matter. You are only guessing. You are not a complete fool, however, despite your tendency to daydream, and you do have a few reservations. Monarchs do not, as you know from voracious reading, have the best track record when it comes to caring for the peasantry. Was there not a very famous queen who once said, with a cavalier wave of her hand, that the hungry peasants in her kingdom should content themselves with cake if bread was not an option? You think that this might be a misquote, but the point still stands. Yeah, it's close enough.
Close enough.
Oh, hold on. I gotta fix something real quick.
Okay.
It should be better. Oh, yeah. Okay, there we go. Sorry, my face was doing things.
Oh, gotcha.
Let's see. Though royals are supposed to grant their subjects succor?
Mm-hmm.
Is it succor?
I think it's sucker.
Succor? In their time of need. Add a new word.
Yeah.
In their time of need, this does not always happen. In fact, it very rarely happens. We have, chat, if you didn't know, we have a running list of, like, interesting or, like, words that I don't hear very often in our
words
chat.
That we just straight up need to look up.
Yeah, we just look at these later and just be like, what the fuck? Because we talked about this last time with Ebihime about how it's like, girl, you just love reading that thesaurus.
Yeah, the thesaurus is her best friend. Really and I'm like, okay, girl, like, I don't happen to keep one on me, but sure.
It's just anything to say a new word. And I'm like, all right, cool. In fact, it very rarely happens. Kings and queens and princesses and princes are just people at the end of the day. They are subject to the same caprices?
Caprices.
that all humans are. They can also be careless and selfish and inconsiderate. There is no guarantee that this mythical princess of your imagination will help you. Why, there is no guarantee that this mythical princess exists at all. Still, you must try. It is this hope which keeps you going. This is the game with the mermaid. Yes, it is.
Yes. She killed us.
She drowned us. You continue to run to the castle. It takes some time before you finally emerge from the woods, but finally, you do it. Sorry, there was 2 finallys, and I was like, did I just do that, or did the text do that? How much time, you ask? I cannot answer that. Did I not say that time had begun to lose all its meaning? The forest is behind you now, at least, and all the awful nightmares which dwell within it.
I love how sassy the narrator is sometimes.
She's so funny. I love the narrator.
Literally.
The narrator. Oh, hold on. The narrator is a very much clear about how it's like its own character.
Yes.
And I'm so interested to see if it's like the actual RMC's actual thoughts, or if it's an entire other entity. Yeah. Because that would be so funny if it was like herself. So she's like just constantly admonishing herself.
I think it would be really interesting if it was whatever is chasing the MC at the beginning.
That would be really cool.
It would.
All right, we'll have to find out.
I can't wait.
It is still cold though, and foggy, and very, very dark. The sun has yet to rise. You can see the moon more clearly now. Clearly now, though, as it hangs above your head, round as any pearl or orb or crystal ball. The moonlight shines down upon the castle, which looms in front of you like cliffside. Excellent. The stone edifice of the building is imposing, and it drowns you in shadows darker than the depths of the deepest ocean. Well, we've been there.
Been there, done that.
The castle is not at all dark, though, not like the night sky above it. When you crane your head, you can see that there are lights flickering within, in the narrow, slitted windows. It would appear that somebody is home. The king and queen, perhaps? What of their servants? What, perhaps more pressingly, of their guards? You half expect as you stand there that armored knights will accost you for daring to approach the castle of King and Queen so-and-so. Do you not know your place, foolish peasant girl with the dirty skirt? Begone with you. You are not, of course, a peasant. Your family is a wealthy one, or rather they were, before your father made a series of poor financial decisions.
Oh, was that what happened?
I guess so. Oh my god, it's just like Cage of Roses. You do not look like a young lady right now, though, with your dirty face and your dirty skirt, which is torn at the hem. If any guards were to take you for a vagrant, it would not be surprising. But though you stand there dithering, your filthy fingers hooked in front of your filthy skirt, you do not hear any cries. Nobody sounds the alarm. Lights might be on the inside of the castle, but there is nobody outside of its perimeter standing sentry. There is nobody to impede your entry, and the elaborate iron gates which are set into the vast stone walls about the castle's exterior are open just a crack. It would be a trivial matter to slip inside. There's nobody to stop you. Why are you trembling now, you silly thing? You've come so very far. It would be an act of foolishness to turn around now. Go on, go. You inhale, perhaps in an attempt to screw up your courage, which has at long last begun to fail you. And then you step forwards. You slide between the wrought iron gates, as stealthy and as secretive as a thief, then cross the path which leads up to the tall, imposing structure. The domed doorway which leads into the castle itself, hewn from stone, is closed, but at a push of your palm, it swings inwards. The door creaks alarmingly as it opens, the sound loud enough to split the silence like a thunderclap. You inhale at this and glance around, your eyes darting hither and thither. Ooh. If there are any guards posted about the castle's grounds, they should have all been alerted by that sound. Will they come for you at long last? What will happen should they catch you? Will they throw you in the dungeons? It does not sound like a pleasant way to spend a night. Oh my God, see, it's just like Cage of Roses.
Literally.
At least you would have a roof over your head, though, and you would not have to keep walking. Your feet.
Do we know which one came first, this one or Cage of Roses?
Oh, that's a great question. I want to say this one.
I feel like yes. I don't know. Something in me is just saying like this one came first, but I was just curious.
Like it was an inspiration piece. You see it like in the back of their mind before they're like, should do something about that.
That's so funny.
You stand there for an indeterminable amount of time, your heart pounding a panicked, irregular rhythm in the base of your throat. But no matter how much time elapses, no guards come. You are thankful for your good luck, though it does make you wonder, where is everybody? Why, it's almost as if all the people in the world have disappeared. Could you be the very last human left alive? You frown, then press your palms back against the door. You push less cautiously this time, heedless of the loud sound which splits the silence. There is no point in worrying about the guards, not when they might very well be non-existent. Your entry to the castle secured, you then take a step forwards. The door swings shut behind you, and the resultant slam makes you jump. You do not expect it. Your heart knocks against your ribs, and with wild eyes you glance about. You are standing in the vast entrance hall made of stone, which splits off into any number of passages. At the very end of the hall, meanwhile, there is a large, elaborate staircase, one which seems to extend to the heavens themselves. It is dark inside the hall, but there are numerous torches set in sconces in the stone wall which are aflame. They offer some relief from the shadows. You can hear the faint sound of the wind outdoors as it moans against the castle's impervious walls, but you cannot hear any footsteps. You cannot hear any voices. You cannot, more importantly, hear any people. Maybe the castle is empty. If that is the case, though, then who lit these torches? It is a curious conundrum. You muster up what remains of your courage, then cry out, addressing the empty hall in a timorous voice which fails to properly fill up the space. "Hello," you say, your eyes wide. "Is anybody there?" Your voice echoes through the vast empty hall, but it is met yet again with silence. You cannot say you are too surprised, but it is somewhat disappointing. Not one to be deterred, you try again and again, your voice growing louder with each subsequent attempt. No matter how loud your voice, however, it fails to reach any ears. If anybody is here, they do not seem to be particularly sociable. That, or perhaps they simply cannot hear you. Could they be in another room? Yes, that must be it. You'll never find that pretty fairy tale princess of your imagination if you stand idle, you know. I don't know if it's intentional or if it's like just the way that this got written, but for the first 2 times she was imagining a prince, and now for this 3rd time she's imagining a princess.
Yeah, it is quite interesting. I know. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know if it's just because of like the scenario, or it's just like, oh my god, yeah, a princess in a castle, or if it's like, or if it's intentional, you know. The mermaid changed her perspective on things. Exactly. Exactly. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, now that you say it, I'm like, wait,
Yeah. Yeah. Interesting.
But then she did imagine like a woman in each of the 3 routes. Like,
that is true. That is true.
So maybe it's that. I don't know.
Maybe.
And then it could go back to the narrator possibly not being her.
That's true. I don't know.
So I have so many questions about this narrator.
I know. It's time to get to work. Put those legs of yours to good use. Not knowing what else to do, is there anything else you can do? You begin to explore. You examine the rooms first on the ground floor of the castle, which are of similar scale to the impressive entrance hall, large and richly furnished, but utterly unoccupied. After some time of aimless meandering, encountering nobody save the ghosts of eons past memorialized on portraits upon the walls, you muster the courage to ascend to the second floor. I do remember fondly the washerwoman of her dreams.
Yes. I think it was washerwoman, and then for the mermaid one, I think it was like maybe a fisherwoman. I don't remember.
I don't remember the second one.
Me either. I do remember her like fantasizing about somebody though.
Because I had another thought of it being like, you know, the person that she imagines is the person that she meets. But that ended up not being the case. But I'm like, that would have been cool.
It would have been cool.
This floor too you examine, wandering through a seamlessly endless series of hallways until, at long last, you find a door which is ajar. From between the crack in the door and the jam. Is it really spelled like that?
Yeah.
Oh. You can see flickering light. Irregular, yes, but it is light nonetheless. Could it be from a fireplace? That would suggest then that this room is occupied, unlike all the others. Perhaps the kindly princess you dreamed of will be waiting you in this room. It is with a trembling hand that you press your palm against the door. You push it. And then you step inside the bedchamber, which unveils itself to you. Shyly, you stand in the threshold of the chamber, much of your courage extinguished, and gasp. The bedroom itself is gorgeous. It is a chamber so luxuriant, not even the shadows can obscure the fine craft of the furniture within it, nor the rich patterns on the walls. It is the girl inhabiting the chamber, however, who truly takes your breath away. Hell yeah.
Wow.
Sitting upon the velveteen sheets of the towering four posters is a girl in a sumptuous red gown who seems to be of a like age to you. You do not have a clear view of the girl's face. Her head is bowed, her gaze directed downwards at her lap. You can tell from her hair, however, and from her slender calves, which protrude from beneath the hem of her dress, that she is very pretty. Yeah, I can tell from her sick calves. The girl's hair is okay. The girl's hair is golden, just like freshly cut wheat, but it is the red of her dress which truly captures your attention. She is so striking you cannot look away from her. No.
Okay.
All right. The girl is not alone in her chamber either. It's just terrifying. She has a companion.
I know.
She has a companion, though this companion is not half so endearing as she. In her lap, perched upon her velvet skirt, is a doll. The doll's hair, like that of her mistress's, is golden, though much of it is hidden beneath a bonnet. The girl is adjusting the china teacup held in the doll's tiny hand, while the rim of the cup glints in the light which exudes from the fireplace. If the girl is of a similar age to you, it seems strange that she would content herself by playing with dolls. Is she not too old for it? This girl would be more at home, you decide, at a ball, wearing an extravagant gown, speaking with a wealthy nobleman, perhaps even princes. She should not be sitting in what you presume is her bedchamber, adjusting a teacup in a doll's hand. But you are not afforded much more time to stand there marveling at the girl, because she turns. She raises her head, then her eyes meet yours. You thought the girl pretty when first you observed her sitting on the edge of her plush velveteen bed, examining her doll. Now she is looking at you, however, her face illuminated by the flames in their grate. You can see that you were mistaken. She is not just pretty, she is beautiful, so much so it is breathtaking. She looks as though she has stepped out of the pages of a picture book. She is simply too perfect to belong in this world. Perhaps she is some kind of vision, a waking dream, a hallucination. I think they said this about the mermaid too.
I think so.
Because I remember, I remember specifically when it was like, perhaps she's some kind of vision. I've made this joke before where I just think of a vision of what is to come. And so I'm like, wait, I've made that joke before. Okay.
It's possible, because I mean, they did use some of the same lines from the first one also.
But no, she is none of those things. The doll in her lap is a cold, hard thing made of porcelain, and it is unflinchingly, reassuringly real. If she were a mirage, surely she would not be able to handle physical objects such as this. It is strange, though. The doll, though immaculately made, looks oddly imperfect when compared to the girl who is holding it. She is so startlingly beautiful, she even puts man-made representations of feminine charms to shame. The sight of her makes you feel rather weak. You always have had a fondness for fair maidens, haven't you? You're rather hopeless when it comes to them. Even worse than a knight-errant from a courtly legend.
It's true. We do like women.
Yes. Your aesthetic appreciation is not particularly ladylike, but, well, it is not every day a girl encounters an elegant beauty like this, attired in red, illuminated by the firelight. I suppose I can forgive you for this rudeness, as too can the girl. Oh yes, excellent. She does not seem the type to hold a grudge.
Oh,
The girl says in a voice that's, surprisingly enough, far less refined than her appearance.
it is good to see you. I've been waiting.
Has she? That is news to you. You blink, perplexed, a response on the tip of your tongue, but you are unable to expel it into the ether. The girl is setting her doll aside, then she stands, the hem of her dress swishing about her legs. Nimbly like a ballerina, she canvasses the space between you. Her room is so very large, there's quite a lot of space. Then takes your hands in her own.
You must
The girl says, her eyes aglow with excitement.
be my new lady's maid. It's been a while, but it's such a relief that you finally arrived. I knew that you would. You'd never leave me alone, not when you knew how long I was waiting. Oh, I'm so happy.
The girl's good mood is contagious, so much so you find yourself being swept away in it. You are tempted to accept any identity she might press upon you. You have never been a maid before, but you might not mind being this girl's maid. She does not seem like a poor mistress to serve, not if she is always this kind. You cannot mask the confusion, however, which flickers across your face. You are not a good enough actress, and in any case, this is all happening too quickly. Why, you barely know this girl. Why is she being so very familiar? It is with blank, bovine eyes that you examine the girl. Your befuddlement is now pronounced enough that even the girl, despite her good mood, notices it. She frowns. Then she says, her finger sliding away from your own.
Or am I mistaken? Are you not my new lady's maid after all?
The disappointment in the girl's face is abundant, so much so your heart clenches. You do not know her, she is still a stranger, but you are struck all of a sudden with the intense desire to appease her. You do not want to let her down. The thought is devastating. You were not aware, you tell her, that you had applied to be her maid, but if that is what she wills, you would not be opposed to it. You pray that she forgives you, though, for your discombobulation. You come from a distant country that you have traveled for many miles. And you have traveled. You know not where you are, and you do not know who she is.
What? You don't know who I am?
How could you? It is regrettable, you tell her, but no, you do not know her, though that is no fault of her own. Why, you have spent such a long time running, you hardly even know yourself.
Ah, so you are a fugitive then, from another country? I see. I won't pry into your past then, if you'd rather forget about it.
Oh, well, thanks.
I don't mind sharing my past with you, though. Everybody in this country knows who I am, after all, or at least they should.
Now, this is quite the impressive boast. If it were to come from the lips of another, you would find it unpleasantly arrogant. You do not think, however, that this girl is trying to show off. You get the feeling instead that she is merely telling the truth.
If you don't have the pleasure of knowing me, then allow me to do the honors. My father and my mother were the king and queen of this realm, and I am its princess. I've lived in this castle all my life, so I don't know much about the outside world, but I know that other countries do exist out there. I presume it is from one of these foreign countries that you come from. It is very good to meet you. I've always wanted to talk to somebody from overseas. It feels like quite the opportunity.
Even if she assumes you're a criminal. The girl giggles at this and you smile in response. You tell her unthinkingly that it is your pleasure really to meet her, or at least you mean to. You only get halfway through this remark when the full gravity of what the girl has told you sinks in. You come to a stop. Then you stare. Did she just say she was a princess?
Yes, that's right. I'm a princess, and one day I'll be a queen, after I've done a little bit of growing up.
I was gonna say, it's like, yeah, of course she's a princess. But, I mean, I guess she could have just been a noble, but...
I do find it interesting, though, that the first two routes, she imagined something, and what we found was not that. But for this one, what we imagined is what we found.
That's true, that's true. You get a dainty princess with little thin arms, and I don't know if she made any blue eyes. Do we have blue eyes?
Oh, no. But close. I mean,
close.
it's still a princess, you know?
Mm-hmm.
My ministers don't think I'm ready to run the country just yet, but I've been doing my best at my lessons. One day, I'm sure I'll be the best queen there ever was.
So she really is a princess. That makes sense, you suppose, given she lives in a castle, but it comes as a surprise regardless. You hadn't known before you entered this chamber that you were trespassing on a lady of such great renown. Why, if she willed it, she could have you executed for your carelessness. An ugly red flush creeps upon your face, a flush which is far more lurid than the princess's dress, and you look at your feet. I was just thinking about how it's like the narrator like loves to go off about being like, look at you and how filthy and dirty you are, and any emotion she has is just like, oh, gross.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Bashfully, you stammer out a new address, that you are very sorry for intruding upon her, and you hope that she can forgive you.
Oh, it's all right. Think nothing of it. I don't mind, really. We all make mistakes. And anyway, you weren't to know. You said you weren't from around here?
You nod your head in silent affirmation. It isn't a complete lie. Sorry, I have a burp. It's stuck.
Okay.
There we go. You really are not from this country. You are not from this world at all.
Okay. How wonderful. I'll look forward to picking your brain later. All of my servants come from the nearby village. Their tales are all the same, and so are their superstitions. I could do with a breath of fresh air. My last lady's maid told me I was too impetuous, but I don't think there's anything wrong with wanting a bit of adventure. Not that I've ever been afforded much of that. I've been shut up in here for so long, I hardly ever get the chance to talk to other girls my age. My last lady's maid was older than me, and so was the one before her, and the one before her.
Some of the princess's fair mood seems to dissipate when she speaks, her expression turning by degrees into something rather more pensive.
But I haven't seen any of my old lady's maids in a while, or any of the other servants for that matter. They've all disappeared.
Now that is quite curious. How could a whole household full of servants simply disappear?
That I don't know. This castle was full of servants once. My lady's maids, and my honor maids, and my scullery maids, and my housekeeper, and my cooks, and my large retinue of retainers.
And we learned from Cage of Roses, scullery maids.
Yeah.
Because I remember, I'm like, is that an insult? That sounds like an insult.
Right.
No, they're just maids.
They're all gone now, though. I think my ministers must have sent them away. I don't know why they would have done that, though. They didn't explain it to me. But then again, they never explain anything to me. They still treat me like a little girl. It is so tiring.
She said that her ministers sent her servants away. What of her parents, the king and queen? Would they not be the ultimate authorities in the castle's hierarchy? Damn.
They would, yes, if they were still alive, but they're not. They died a long time ago. I was raised for most of my life by my servants.
Did the mermaid mention anything about parents? I don't think so. I don't have a memory of that.
I don't think so either.
Because I was trying to see if there was like a pattern or something.
Right.
But no, it's just the gravekeeper had parents that died from the plague.
Right.
Yeah,
She
no
did
mention
say that
from
she
the
was
mermaid.
burying everybody in the village, so like, I mean, all of her servants came from the village.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was like,
I know where they're at.
Princess, don't you worry. I think I know where your people are.
Like, I don't think you want to know where your people are, but I do think I know where they are.
I know where they are, though.
Couldn't tell you how your parents died. I do have a feeling it's connected, but like...
Oh, you answer, then you flush. You hadn't known.
It's all right. You don't need to apologize. I'm just happy that I have you now. I was getting sick and tired of only having my dolls to speak to. They aren't the best conversational partners.
You can imagine so, yes. You doubt any doll, even one made by a talented artisan with an intelligent face indistinguishable from a human's, would be very good at answering back.
Oh no, they aren't. They're hopeless at it, really. They're so stony-lipped. You've no idea how much of a relief it is to see you. This castle is so big, and without my servants it feels so very empty. It gets so lonely here.
There it is.
Oh my god.
Now that is an interesting turn of phrase. This is the third time it said that.
Mm-hmm.
It catches inside your head like a burr. Have you heard it before? You do not have much time to ponder this, however, because the princess is speaking anew, in that curiously conversational manner of hers which does not seem particularly princessy. Maybe she learned how to speak from her servants. That would explain why her consonants are so unrefined.
Oh, but listen to me, yammering on again. It's a bad habit. I really must put a stop to it. You're probably tired, dear one, from your travels. Would you like me to show you to your room? Yes.
The princess announces before you can say anything in reply.
I think I'll do just that. I might show you a bit around the castle first, though. It's like a maze in here, and I wouldn't want you getting lost. You'll be staying here for quite some time, after all.
Oh, okay. Sure, whatever you say.
Yeah, I guess so.
Maybe you'll be staying here forever. The princess then hastens to take you on a tour of her home. Fortunately, she does not show all the rooms in her abode, and neither does she offer overly long descriptions as to what the few rooms she does show you are used for. She does, however, pause by the kitchens, whereat she offers you some victuals. Victuals?
Victuals, yeah.
Did we learn what that word meant?
I don't think we learned, but I know what that word means. It's just like food, like refreshments, or yeah.
I see. an interesting word. Just
I
like
know.
the girl. No food. Don't eat food. Victuals. I'm like, oh, okay. Sorry, my bad. Once the growling in your belly has been satisfied, the princess then resumes her journey. She leads you down a dark, twisting hallway and up a series of equally dark, twisting steps until she arrives at long last before a door. The princess pushes this door aside summarily, thus permitting you entrance to a small, humble bedchamber. This chamber is not half so opulent as the grand bedroom in which the princess resides, with its resplendent four-poster and its richly patterned wallpaper. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Welcome in.
Much deserved.
Oh, thank you. This room's ceiling is not as high, and the singular bed shoved against the wall is thin and narrow. The walls are an unassuming beige, and the floor beneath your soles is of warped wood. There is a malodorous scent, too, which hangs in the air, one of disuse and general decay. I like that word, malodorous.
It's a malodorous.
Malodorous.
Yes.
Yo, that is definitely how you say that word. Malodorous sounds like a spell.
It does. It does sound like a spell.
It's like maleficent. It means, food. It means Funyuns. Exactly.
Exactly.
You get the feeling that nobody has slept in this room for quite some time. That might explain why it feels so very cold in here. Though if the princess's tour of her castle has taught you anything, it is that it is cold in every room in her abode.
Now, here we are, the final stop of our tour. This will be your room, dear one. I hope it's to your liking.
The princess, despite her exalted status, looks somewhat uneasy as she observes you, her eyes upturned like those of a loyal dog's. Is she concerned about your reaction to this room? Perhaps she is afraid that you will turn your nose up at her kindness. For a princess, she is awfully eager to please. This unexpected contrast between the princess's lofty title and her ingratiating attitude makes you smile. The room is rather scanty, yes. Girl.
God once again.
When it comes to its contents, but it is more than passable, I guess. Girl, I swear to God, never satisfied.
She could have offered up her own princessly bedroom, and she would have been like, "Yeah, I mean, I guess it'll
I don't
do."
know.
Like...
I'm kind of not into this wallpaper, but like, I guess it's fine. I swear to God. You were in the dirt. You were sleeping in the dirt. No, it's just like, I mean, I guess there's not much in here, but like, I'll take it.
Oh my God.
Swear to fucking God. It's okay, whatever. It has a roof and 4 walls, and though it is cold, you fancy you will feel warmer once you have slipped beneath the bed's sheets. Okay, girl. The room is not quite so fancy as your dormitory at the conservatoire, and neither is it so large, but it does have one glaring improvement over your previous lodgings. You will not be expected to share it with anybody else. There is only one bed in this room, and this bed belongs to you. Oh no.
No, this bed is to belong to you.
It was me. I misread it.
It's okay. Honestly, I read it the same way you did the first time. I was like, what?
What? You think that the peace and the quiet will do you a world of good. You tell the princess as much, and she smiles.
That's good. I was worried you wouldn't like it. I know it isn't much to look at, but it's one of the nicest servants' rooms we have in the castle. Most of the maids sleep beneath the roof in this teeny tiny room, which is all cramped. There's 10 beds up there, and they're so close together, there's barely any room to pass between them. I thought it was perfectly ghastly when I saw it. The last time I went up there. Not that I was supposed to be up there. It was a rainy day, and I couldn't go outdoors, so I was doing a bit of exploring. If the housekeeper had known I'd been skulking around, I don't think she would have been the best pleased. Well, in any case, nobody sleeps up there anymore. The scullery maids are all gone now. I couldn't put you up there, though, in the attic, with all those empty beds. I didn't think it'd be very cheery. You're not just a scullery maid, you're my lady's maid. That means you deserve good lodgings. It'd be an insult to offer you any less than this.
Well, thank you.
Now, it's getting late. You'll have to forgive me for rabbiting on. I've heard it's something I tend to do. It's a bad habit, one that's unbecoming for a lady. The housekeeper's warned me enough times.
You reassure the princess to the contrary, smiling as you do so. You do not mind if she talks too much. That is better than not talking at all. Her affable nature makes it easier to spend time with her. Manners be damned. You're always scolded too, back in the conservatoire, for your behavior. You know full well how aggravating it can be to be upbraided. Not for any particular misdemeanor, but for being yourself.
Well, I'm glad you understand.
The princess answers with a giggle.
I really should be off, though. It's bad manners to keep you, especially when you look so sleepy.
I'm so sleepy, honkshu.
Get some rest. We can talk more tomorrow if you don't mind my ceaseless prattle. I'm glad you seem to appreciate it, at least. Though I'm sure you'll get tired of it eventually. All of my old maids did.
Well. The princess departs, and in her absence, you take a seat upon the bed, your new bed. You cannot help but think this is all happening very quickly. It does not seem like very long ago you were still in the forest, running for your life amongst the tall, imposing trees with their gnarled, grasping branches. The forest might as well be a distant memory now, though.
We still don't know what was chasing her.
Yeah, I know.
What is she running from?
I know.
Like...
Gay thoughts. You can't catch me, gay thoughts.
Those aren't going anywhere.
You are indoors, inside a castle no less, and you have been given a room in which to sleep and clothes that you might wear. It seems premature still to declare that you are out of the woods, in a metaphorical sense, I mean. But things could certainly be worse. You force yourself to stand on legs which feel too weary to support you, and change into the night clothes hanging in the wardrobe. The night clothes do not fit you perfectly, but you are too tired to care about that. You are too tired to care about much of anything. You retreat to the bed and slide beneath its sheets. Then you let your eyelids fall shut. You exhale. And, lulled by the breeze which blows outdoors, you fall asleep. You are so very tired. Your sleep is a deep, dark one. Darker even than the furthest abysses of the nighttime. Like the nighttime sky, however, which shimmers with stars, your sleep is not devoid of those prismatic fragments you humans call dreams. Though in this case, I rather think your nocturnal imaginings are worth rather more than that. They are not dreams, are they, to which your slumbering mind is subjected? You know that they are not. Otherwise your body would not be so very cold, not so clammy. The images that flicker beneath your closed eyelids, like the ghostly images in a, oh god, in a,
I don't even know that one. What the hell?
Phenakistoscope? Phenakistoscope. Yes, that.
Yeah, that.
Put it on the list.
I am.
We're not conjured from within your mind. It's not a kaleidoscope, I guess. Is it like... is it the, like, you know that thing you spin and the pictures move?
Oh,
is it like maybe one of those? Because they're talking about visuals, too, in the mind's eye, so
right.
I can't help but think it might be that.
It might be that. That would make sense. What the hell? What? Since when is it called that?
Phonetic kiss. Hold on, I'm gonna look it up.
That's the spinny image thing.
The spinny thing. Finet. Is it finetta?
Phenakistoscope.
Kiss.
Phenakistos. No, SCOPE.
There it is. I got it. Okay.
Me when I can read letters.
It is. It's the spinning disc with pictures, and so it makes it move.
I see. Okay.
It was like the quote unquote the first instance of animation.
Right. I didn't realize it was called that.
Me neither, but it makes I'm thinking of the
It
root words and it makes sense.
Yeah.
Wow. See, guys, reading is helpful because knowing the origin of words means you can understand what the word might mean. Everybody read more.
Everybody read.
They were instead taken from your memories. You are not merely dreaming, you are remembering. You remember the girls who slept in your dormitory and how they always hastened to use the shower first so you would last for breakfast. You remember how when you finally did arrive at the dining hall, the most desirable morsels had already been snaffled up by the girls who got there earlier. I like that word too, snaffled. You struggled too to find a seat once you finally did get your hands on some food because nobody ever wanted to sit with you. The other girls all acted like you were a leper, save for when they wanted favors. Favors with the U. They never asked for these favors, mind. For why would they? To them, your father's prestige did not matter. They were all wealthy ladies too, many of them wealthier than you. When everybody has the airs and graces of a princess, how is anybody supposed to stand out? You stood out the least in your class, perhaps because you were one of the smallest, the frailest, the sickliest, who always came down with colds in the winter. Your poor health did not stop the other girls from treating you as a servant, though, and when they remembered that you existed, of course. It was your lot in life as you dwelled within the stone walls of the conservatoire to carry school bags across the field like a pack mule. Then, come the evenings, the girls in your dormitory had you sewing on missing buttons and ironing out the creases and wrinkles in their uniforms. If there was an odd job that needed performing, you would always be asked. But these girls did not ask you. That would have been too civilized. They ordered you instead. And as they ordered you, they laughed at you. They laughed and they laughed and they laughed. The laughter hurt, but it hurt considerably less than the kicks did, and the slaps and the pinches. Once during an embroidery lesson, one of your classmates had an accident with her sewing scissors. She stumbled, or at least she pretended to, and before you knew it, the silvery blades of those scissors were embedded in your left palm. Ow!
Ow! God damn!
I thought we were gonna get poked by like a sewing needle or something like that.
Right.
We fucking got stabbed.
Stabbed with
like
scissors.
Straight stabbed.
That's double stabbed.
What the hell? This happened quite some time ago, and you were even littler than you are now, but you can still remember it. It hurt a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet. The scissors were sharp and they perforated your skin. Not all the way down to the bone, but enough to bleed. Okay, well, that's something.
Still, though, in your palm?
I know. Your wound bled bright red, like strawberry jam all over your embroidery. Then, when your professor saw it, she shrieked. Her face turned as pale as way, and she looked for a few moments as though she might faint, though you were the one who was in pain. Your professor looked at your face, she could not bear to look at your hand, then demanded to know why you could not be more careful. Her tone had been an accusatory one, almost as if you had stabbed yourself in the hand with your scissors to goad her. The pain in your hand hurt, but the giggles of your persecutors hurt all the more. They were never punished for that. Perhaps your professor did not care enough to punish them. Perhaps she, like everybody else, thought it was all your fault. The wound, when all was said and done, was not too deep. You did not even need any stitches. Well, that's good. It healed well enough in time on its own, though it still left a scar, a white raised thing like a crescent moon. You still have that scar. You do not know how much blood you lost. It seemed like a lot back in the classroom. You could smell it in the air, sharp as iron. But it could not have been that much, evidently. If your wound had been more serious, perhaps your professor might have cared. Perhaps your classmates, too, would have felt some modicum of guilt over what they did. But this seems very unlikely. You know that your blood meant nothing to your classmates. Why should it? If you meant next to nothing, then the blood in your veins was, if such a thing is possible, even more inconsequential. Damn.
Wow.
The thought of being like, maybe if it was a more serious injury, somebody would have cared.
Yeah.
Crazy. You feel disoriented when you awake, at long last with the rising of the sun. You do not remember what you dreamt, but you do not think that your dreams were of a particularly pleasant nature. If they were, your heart would not be hammering so. Ill at ease, you glance around. You are lying in a narrow bed in an unremarkable room, one with dull beige walls and a warped wooden floor. Okay, all right. Where exactly are you? This does not look like your dormitory in the conservatoire, not unless it has shrunk threefold overnight. Your brow furrows as you attempt to recall the events of the night prior, until, with a gasp, it all clicks into place. You remember now. You were running through the woods, trying to escape from... You shudder. You do not want to think of what it was you were trying to escape from.
I want you to think of what
I want
it was.
you to think of it. I love also the thought of like, you know that feeling, right? Of like you sleep over at somebody, like a friend's house or something like that, and then when you wake up and it's just like, holy fuck, where am I?
Where the fuck am I?
It's like, this is not my room. It's very disorienting.
Right.
You presume that you must have given your hunter the slip, though, because you are still in one piece. Awake and alert. One piece. Awake and alert enough to face the dawning of a new morning. The joke never gets old.
It really does.
Because we'll do that IRL too. Anytime somebody says just One Piece in general, I'm just like, oh, the One Piece. You still have all of your limbs and your facial features appear to be in the correct configuration. That is more than enough to be getting along with. You look to the foot of your bed, then blink, bemused at your discovery. As you can see lying upon the sheets, a garment, two garments actually, of black and white folded into a neat white square. What could that be? A maid's outfit? If so, it would not be too surprising. You can now recall your visit with the princess the night prior, and her assertions that you must be her lady's maid. Well, if that is the role she wants you to assume, you have no qualms with it. It is far preferable to the other role you played last night, that of a startled quarry running from its pursuer. You press your fingers against the humble maid's attire. It feels surprisingly soft to the touch, not coarse like you expected. These clothes are rather fine. Did the princess put them here? Put them there? If so, that is all the more reason to wear them. You are not churlish to deny her hospitality. You rise from your new bed, then undress yourself, unbuttoning the front of your plain white nightgown and setting it aside. This task accomplished, you then clad yourself in new attire, black, white, and eminently sensible. You feel very far away from the girl that you once were. Your face might be the same as always, but something within you seems to have changed. You are no longer a student, not as long as you mean to reside within the princess's castle. You would You would far rather be her servant. Assured of your newfound identity, you retreat from your chamber, then make your way to your mistress's bedroom. The castle is a large one with many, many rooms and many, many hallways to connect them, and for a brief while you find yourself horrendously lost. You cannot remember where the princess's bedroom is. You're beginning to feel rather disoriented when, to your relief, your eyes snag upon a stairwell which looks rather familiar. Could this be the way? You ascend these steps, your footfalls cushioned by the plush carpet which lines them, then find your way down the very same hall you traversed the night prior. If your memory does not fail you, then the princess's bedroom ought to be... Yes, it is here. You rap upon the door, but receive nothing in the way of a response. Of course, she's still sleeping. Is the princess still abed? You wonder briefly whether you oughtn't wait until she has risen of her own accord. But no. The sun is high in the sky, and it would seem a shame to let the princess sleep through the day. You ought instead to rouse her. This seems like the sort of duty a lady's maid should attend to. You enter the princess's bedroom and glance about. Her room looks much the same as you remember it from the night prior, though the ceiling seems even higher when viewed in the Wayne?
Wait, I think it's Wayne.
Wayne morning's light. You can see now that there are fewer shadows to impede your view, how very opulent your young mistress's abode is. Her armoire is large and imposing, as is the grate in which you will be expected to keep a fire lit during the nights. The princess herself, meanwhile, is curled on her side beneath the sheets, looking rather less grandiose than her title would suggest. She is attired in a nightgown adorned with frills, and her hair is split across her pillow like spilled gold. In her slender arms, meanwhile, held to her chest is a doll, the very same one she was cosseting last night. You suppose this doll must be her favorite. Idly you wonder what the doll's name is, though you do not suppose it matters all that much. It is time to wake your mistress. You call out to the princess, but she is largely unresponsive. Her eyelashes are still sewn tightly shut and her lips pursed in slumber. You purse your lips too and sigh. Well, nobody ever said your job would be easy. Once again you call to the princess, and this time she replies. Her response is not a favorable one, however. She sighs, then turns away from you, her doll clutched to her chest.
Just give me a little longer.
The princess sounds so enfeebled, but you do not take pity on her. If you have learnt anything from the conservatoire, save for knowledge pertaining to the respiratory tracts of a fish, it is that one must be cruel to be kind. I do remember that. Fish autopsy. You do not think this adage was practiced with any great success in the conservatoire, but perhaps it will have more of an impact upon the princess. You tell her once again to wake up, more sternly this time. You will not let her sleep, for she has slept long enough already. It is very slovenly, really, still be in bleh. It is very slovenly, really, to be fucking goddamn, I can't read today. It's very slovenly, really, to still be abed at such an hour.
Oh.
Defeated, the princess sighs.
All right. I can see that I can't twist you around my little finger.
Yay! Oh, cute. I love the sleeves.
Yeah, oh my god. I'm up. You don't need to nag me.
Once you have roused the princess from her bed and you have put her doll to one side, you set upon her toilette. You aid the princess in brushing of her hair, a chore to which she submits willingly, like a cat might allow its fur to be brushed. You allow yourself to ponder as you run the bristles of the princess's brush through her hair, how wonderfully soft it feels against your skin. But a curious query from the princess.
Are you alright, dear one?
Brings you back to your senses. You are rather lost in thought there. Look lively now. You wouldn't want the princess to catch wind of your salacious thoughts, would you? I thought that you had learned your lesson about that already. Suitably chastened, you finished with the princess's hair and then set the brush aside. Now that the princess's tresses have been taken care of, you must start on her attire. The princess remains seated upon the edge of her bed, looking up at you askance. She does not ask you to avert your eyes, nor does she make any motion of divesting herself of her nightgown. It really does seem as though she expects you to undertake this task on your own. Is that all right? You ask the princess as much. You would not wish to impinge upon her modesty, but she only laughs.
Yes, that's all right. It's what you're supposed to do if you're to be my lady's maid. I'm used to being dressed and undressed. I'm not a bit squeamish about it.
She might not be squeamish about it, but you are. You have never seen a naked woman before, excepting yourself. Not even in her boarding school?
I was about to say, like, you live with other people.
Yeah, you lived with a ton of other girls.
Conservatoire.
Yeah, and all of you shared a room, so it's like you're bound to see somebody.
Right. Whatever.
Whatever. Even then, however, you have always dressed and undressed furtively, not wanting to examine your body for longer than is strictly necessary. You have never much liked the way you look. You make a few more mumbled objections, but the princess sweeps them to one side easily.
It's all right. I might be a princess, but we're both people underneath all of our clothes. I doubt we look much different.
You're not sure about that. You have not yet seen the princess unadorned, but you already know, to look at her face, that you are different. She is much, much prettier than you are. But she is waiting, and you do not wish to keep her any longer. You steady your nerves. Then you reach out with trembling hands, and you begin to undo the buttons which run down the front of the princess's nightgown. You work as quickly as you are able, which, given how badly your hands are shaking, is not very. You fumble with a couple of the buttons, flinching as you do so. The princess, however, seems blissfully unaware of what it is exactly you are doing, or not doing, for your fingers have begun to seize up with the front of her nightgown. She's not even looking at you. Instead, her gaze is directed beyond your shoulder to the windowsill and the sky beyond it.
It isn't particularly sunny, but I don't think it's too cold outside. Going for a walk might not be a bad idea. What do you think, dear one?
That sounds lovely. You think that you like to finish undressing the princess as soon as possible, so you can make some progress on dressing her again. The sight of all this exposed skin is bad for your heart. Fortunately, you were able to make quick work of the princess's nightgown despite your initial mishaps, spurred on perhaps by your anxiety. You bid the princess to stand, which she does, and neatly she steps out of her nightgown, her motions once again as graceful and as fluid as a dancer's. This task completed, you search hurriedly, worriedly, for the princess's red dress. Where is it at? You cannot find it. Sweat begins to prickle on the back of your neck. Your palms, meanwhile, feel uncomfortably clammy. The moments pass awkwardly, uneasily as you search, the princess standing there all the while, as naked as the day she was born. Why did you not find her day dress before you stripped her of her night one? Yeah, exactly. What a fool you are. The princess, noting your panic, giggles, then says,
Are you looking for my dress?
Yes, you reply, your face flushed. That is what you were doing.
I thought so. I did wonder before you started undressing me why you'd not asked where it was. Maybe it slipped your mind?
It had slipped your mind, yes, to your shame. You were too busy trying not to fixate upon the princess's bare skin to think about how best to conceal it.
My dress is in my armoire,
The princess says, glancing over to the aforementioned piece of furniture. That armoire of hers is an intricately carved wooden structure, large enough, or so you estimate, to fit inside it enough dresses to attire a whole ballroom's worth of princesses.
I'd like to wear the red one. It's my favorite. Would you be a dear and fetch it for me? I don't want to rush you, but it is rather cold in here, especially when I'm still naked.
She raises a good point. You turn away from the princess and make your way to her armoire. Once there, you open its wooden doors and peruse the clothes hanging within. It's just as you expected. Inside that wardrobe lies numerous dresses, all of them finely sewn and decorated with no shortage of ribbons, lace, and iridescent pearls. You find the princess's red dress soon enough, then hurry to her side. There you go. With your
Yay.
spoils in hand, you hurry to dress her, concealing once again the princess's pale skin beneath layers upon layers of soft red velvet. She is easier to look at now, you think, with her skin concealed. That might have been the most nerve-wracking task you've ever had to accomplish, even more so than your perilous escape through the foggy forest. Why, it seems a small miracle that you can still remember how to breathe.
Ah, that's much better. Thank you, dear one, for your help. You've not been here for a full day, but I already wonder what I'd do without you. Girl, how did you change into your nightgown last night?
Yeah, I know. Shyly, you assure the princess that you did nothing really, nothing beyond your job. You did not do anything incredible. And in any case, being complimented by somebody so pretty is embarrassing.
Aw, don't be like that. I want to compliment you. Why shouldn't I when you've been so helpful? It'd be rude not to, and anyway, I think you're very pretty too.
Oh my. Your face flushes from this more deeply than ever before. You ought to count yourself lucky, really. What with all of this excessive blushing, that the princess does not seem to possess any vampiristic tendencies. See?
Oh my god.
Cage of Roses!
Literally.
Do you want to look up when this one came out?
Yes, hold on.
Because Cage of Roses, like, released, was it like last year, year before?
Where are we at? Oh, that's a spoiler.
Oh no. Maybe we should.
No, it's okay.
Okay.
It was just the CG from this route.
Ah, okay.
Initial release date is May of 2023.
2023. Yeah, then this came first.
Yeah,
Because
Cage of Roses released recently.
yeah, it was like last year, I think. Or was it like months ago?
I think it was this year.
Was it this year?
I'm looking. February 2025.
Yeah, okay.
So this year.
Okay, then yeah, definitely. We made this one and then we're like, huh. What if? What if?
This inspired me a little bit.
What if we make another beautiful visual novel? You are making yourself quite the easy target.
Now,
The princess declares.
why don't we go for a walk? It's a nice enough day, and I get so very bored of being cooped up inside.
You can't think of any particular objections to raise to this remark, and you think that the princess might have a point. The castle, though expansive, is somewhat stifling. The walls are so very thick, they put you in mind of a crypt. With your acquiescence assured, the princess quits her chamber, her posture elegant and her gait unhurried. She seems not to walk as she navigates her way through the seamlessly endless hallways of her home, but to float like a cloud. The hem of her dress swishes around her legs and her hair shifts like a shroud. The castle's courtyard, meanwhile, is sadly lacking in comparison to the princess's beauty. Oh, how nice!
Ooh.
The courtyard is fenced in by the castle's walls, which look, in stark midday light, tall and imposing, faceless soldiers standing sentinel. Though the sun is out, it is not particularly bright, and neither is it particularly warm. The courtyard itself, meanwhile, is in a state of disarray. The flower beds are in shambles, all overgrown with weeds. It is all rather depressing. The princess's castle might be grand in scale, but the courtyard itself is simple, hemmed in to a claustrophobic degree like a coffin. The princess, however, seems not to share your dolorous mood.
I don't know.
I would assume like sour.
Yeah.
She instead looks elated by her newfound surroundings, her smile unwavering. I'd never seen Gambles look like that.
Me either. I wonder if that's one of those English things.
Maybe. She gambols about like a lamb, flitting hither and thither as she examines the weed-infested flower beds. Her frolicking comes to a cease, however, by a bush. One is full of bright red roses. There it is.
I do like. I get the very strong feeling that they just took this last route and then we're gonna make a whole game out of it. Actually,
to gauge a rose.
Oh, how very pretty! Do you not think they are gorgeous, dear one?
The flowers are not too disappointing, you suppose. Okay, girl. Wow!
Wow!
They make for a fine spectacle, in fact, a welcome splash of color when contrasted with the dullness and the drabness which permeates the rest of the courtyard. Though the other flowers in their beds are wilted, withering things, it is not so for these roses. They are a rich, bright red, just like blood. Their heads so full they almost seem to droop beneath the weight of their own engorged petals. They are pretty, in a sense, but there is something unsettling about them, too. Something that is almost obscene. How did those roses become so very red? What has been sustaining them? Could it be possible that these roses have been draining the life from the other flowers which are struggling to grow within this garden? It is a fanciful thought, but...
Oh, they are simply divine. Look at these roses. Looking at these roses always lifts my spirits. They really are my most favorite flowers. I simply must pick some of them. Perhaps I can use them to decorate my bedchamber. It could use a bit of color.
The princess reaches out so as to pluck one of the roses free from its resting place amongst his brethren. You watch her, your breath bated, anxious that this gesture might result in perforated flesh and bright red blood. But the princess is not as clumsy as you fear. Of course she is not. Who did you think she was? You? Rather than worrying about other people, you would be better served if you worried more about yourself. The princess holds her newly pilfered rose to her nose and inhales, her eyelids falling shut as the flower's sweet scent washes over her. A few moments of silence pass. Then the princess begins to toy with the petals which adorn the flower's crown.
Now let me see. I wonder what fate has in store for me. She loves me.
The princess plucks a petal from the flower's overburdened head.
She loves me not.
The princess continues with this childish incantation, all the while stripping her rose slowly and methodically of its petals. These petals flutter about the princess like bloody snow. The princess's voice, meanwhile, echoes throughout the courtyard, even more melodic than the strains of a pianola?
Mm-hmm.
Is it just like a piano?
I think it's a type of piano.
Interesting. That is also a new word for me.
She loves me not. She loves me not.
The princess's fingers hover over the final petal which crowns her nearly denuded flower. Then with a triumph...
Sorry. A pianola is a type of self-playing piano.
Oh!
So when you get like the perforated paper and put it in.
Oh, okay. You know, I did never really think of that thing having a name. That would make sense. Then, with a triumphant smile, she declares,
She loves me. I knew it.
You watch the princess, amused by her girlish good cheer. The little mantra she has been reciting is one that you are familiar with. The girls at the conservatoire also used to engage in this little game, the younger ones at least, who believed that a fairy tale prince would whisk them away. You might have participated in this game yourself when you were a child, but you never pinned your hopes and dreams on a handsome prince. Your interest in princesses has always been minimal. When it comes to fair princesses, though, well, that is a different matter altogether, isn't it? Pleasantly, you ask the princess whose love it is she wishes to court, a query which makes the princess giggle.
Oh, dear one, who else would I be thinking of? Naturally, I was thinking of you.
Oh my god. Naturally. She says it so easily, as though you ought to have suspected as much, and indeed part of you did. You wanted to believe, yet part of you was afraid to. You did not want to be arrogant enough to assume that the princess might care for your affections. You begin to blush, your cheeks almost as red as the roses, while the princess laughs. She laughs and she laughs and she laughs, her voice clear and sweet like a nightingale's song, and as though you are the funniest thing she has ever seen. You never liked being laughed at when you dwelt within the walls of the conservatoire, but it is different with her. You have not known her for all that long, but you are already entranced by her, ensnared. She has you wrapped around her little finger.
Oh my.
The princess's laughter tapers off into a series of giggles, as, smiling, she wipes her eyes with the back of her hand.
That was quite the amusing diversion, but I've just had an idea.
You look at the princess curiously. What idea?
You can't tell?
You cannot even begin to guess.
I just thought that all this watching must be boring you.
The princess says, tossing the rose's stripped stem carelessly to the ground.
You should give it a try. Please do. It'll be fun.
The princess retrieves the second rose from the bushes, deftly snapping it between her fingers, and offers it to you.
I want to see what fate has in store for you too.
You smile at the princess, touched by her enthusiasm. Indulging in childish games like this might not be the best use of your time, but the princess looks so very determined you would not wish to hurt her. What could be the harm, really, in consenting? The only real casualty of this game will be one singular rose, the rose that the princess is holding towards you. You reach out, meaning to accept the princess's offering, but...
Oh no.
We get pricked, probably? You are clumsy and you seize the stem of the rose with a touch too much strength. Yeah. The head of the rose might be pretty, but there is more to a rose than its bright red flowers. Roses have thorns, too. A fact that you are now being painfully reminded of. Pain flares through your finger and you gasp. You take a step back, the hem of your skirt swishing around your ankles. Your finger is stinging, and so are your eyes. You ought to have been more careful. Why were you so stupid?
You poor dear, you're bleeding.
The princess exclaims, alarmed. Then she frowns.
This is all my fault. If I'd not suggested this silly game, this never would have happened. Please, let me take care of you.
And how is she going to do that? Perhaps she meant to take the handkerchief from her pocket, with which she might staunch her wound. Princesses tend to carry handkerchiefs around with them, don't they? Silken ones? How else would they give a brave knight tokens of their gratitude, once these aforementioned knights have successfully slain dragons? Princesses can hardly dispense kisses as favors. It is simply not done. That is what you always thought, but...
Please, hold still. This might sting a little bit.
This princess is anything but ordinary. Rather than take a handkerchief out of her pocket, she instead encloses her light, slender fingers around your hand. Carefully, as though she is handling a precious object, she raises your hand, her eyes fixed all the while on the beads of startling crimson blood which are oozing luridly from your wound. She licks her lower lip. Then she dips her head. Nice. She parts her mouth, and with a soft sigh which borders on the sensuous, she slips your injured digit between her teeth. So much for princesses not dispensing kisses as tokens of appreciation. This might not be a conventional kiss, but it feels intimate regardless, almost startlingly so. The princess's lips, which are as red as any rose, are enclosed around your index finger. You can feel the warmth of the princess's mouth about your skin and the wetness of it. These sensations make your whole body quake. Oh, she has different colored nails. You did not expect this. Tremulously, in a voice which wavers, you ask the princess what it is she's doing.
Oh?
The princess glances up at you, her mouth still enclosed around your finger.
Didn't I tell you? I'm trying to stop the bleeding.
Yes, you gathered as much, but...
Is there a problem? I'm not making you uncomfortable, am I?
Hi, March, welcome in. No, it's okay, don't worry.
March.
It is not, you say, that she is making you uncomfortable per se, but this is rather awkward. You did not expect it, that is all. And is she not worried that this is unhygienic?
Unhygienic?
The princess blinks. She is the very picture of innocence, which is funny, really, given your finger is still nestled against her tongue.
I don't know what you mean by that exactly. But I've heard this is the best way to take care of cuts. My nursemaid used to do this for me when I was a child. It's what you're supposed to do.
I don't know if it's intentional or anything, but I mean, the earring makes it more clear about a lot of her dresses, like resembling fangs or teeth.
Her crown and her dress. I noticed it when she first showed up. I said, she looks like she's wearing so many sharp teeth.
Yeah, I was going to say,
now.
oh my God, it all just looks like a bunch of teeth. But I was like, maybe that's just like the way the art style is. And these are supposed to be frills. But looking at her, how her earring is also a fang, I'm just like, oh, maybe not then.
Maybe not.
Maybe not. Interesting.
I know. I also just kind of waved it off. I was like, maybe it's just how the design was, you know, like maybe it's not intentional, but I'm like, no, I'm starting to feel like it is probably intentional.
Yeah, I would think so. And you ask, your voice catching in your throat, did her nursemaid keep staunching her wounds with her mouth when she grew older?
Well, no. But my nursemaid was dismissed when I was 8 years old. That's the normal way of things. I had my lady's maids to look after me then.
How very interesting. And did they ever clean her wounds like this?
No.
The princess says, smiling mischievously.
Because I'm not clumsy enough to cut myself, silly.
Now that was quite the sharp retort. You did not expect it. Your face turns even redder if such a thing is possible, though this might perhaps be to your benefit. With some luck, all of your blood will flow to your face rather than your finger, and your bleeding will stop. Has it stopped? The injury was not a deep one. There should be no need for the princess to keep on suckling, but she still is. You are not accustomed to intimacy of this nature. It is making your heart flutter. If the princess knew what her mouth was doing to you, you are sure she would not be so very familiar. You feel quietly, crushingly confident that she would scorn you for your feelings and deem them unnatural. It would not be the first time. At this point, you should be used to rejection. It still stings, though. It stings much, much more than any thorn on any rose ever could. Interesting, fascinating. The days pass following your misadventures in the rose garden in a relaxed, unhurried sort of manner. Your mad dash through the forest is beginning to feel like a distant memory, So much so you can scarcely recall the raw, naked fear you once felt as you fled for your life. There was no running to be had while you were working for the princess. You would have nowhere else to run, and in any event, there is no longer any reason to run. The shadows which once tormented you have at long last begun to recede. You can scarcely recall, as you lay down in your bed, the petty cruelties you were subjected to by your classmates at the conservatoire. They no longer matter. Your attention is focused not upon yourself, but upon the princess. The more time you expend with her, the more you come to care for her. You have become quite besotted with her, but you are not yet to realize it. Well, I never. How very ignorant can one girl be of her own feelings? I love the narrator.
Yeah, me too.
The princess is not half so ignorant as you are, though, despite having spent her whole life within the palace walls. The weight of her own feelings are not unknown to her, and during one stormy night, she chooses to make them known to you. You are in the princess's chambers later perhaps than you ought to be, later than is strictly appropriate. It is dark outside, and there is little save the light of the moon to alleviate that and the fire which crackles in the grate. You have only just finished stoking that very fire, and now you rise. You look to the princess, who is lying in her bed, and you bid her a good night, as you had many nights past. With a neat curtsy, you turn to leave, but the princess's plaintive voice gives you pause.
Wait, dear one, do not go, not just yet.
Perplexed, you pause, then look back at the princess. Though she is smiling, her expression is unusually wan. I want to agree that it's wan. Is she all right?
Oh, I'm sure I'll be fine. It's just nights like this, you know, which make me feel a little out of sorts.
And what, you ask, does she mean by that?
Only that it is very cold and very dark. And it is very windy besides. I'm afraid there will be a storm later. It was awfully cloudy earlier when we went out for our walk.
The princess is not mistaken about that. The sky, when the pair of you promenade about the gardens earlier, was gray and steely, the wind bitingly cold. You can hear the wind rattling mournfully against the panes in the princess's bedchamber. The princess's castle is built of stone, and it is well fortified, but even with the fire, it is rather cold. You do not like to think of how much chillier by comparison it will be in your humble bedchamber, which is not fortunate enough to have its own fireplace.
It might sound childish, but I've always found it hard to sleep on stormy nights like this. They make me feel uncomfortable.
I was taking a sip. You look at the princess with no small degree of sympathy. No longer clad in her bright red dress, she looks oddly, uncommonly vulnerable. Will she really be all right, all alone in her oversized bed, in her high-ceilinged bedchamber? You know it is silly of you to contemplate such a query. Why would she not be all right? There's nobody in the castle to hurt her, but still you fret for her. As her lady's maid, it is your job to fret for her. You would never want your mistress to feel unhappy. You ask the princess what it is she would have you do, and the princess perks up at this, pleased perhaps that you are taking the initiative.
I wouldn't like to take up too much of your time when it is so very late. But would you mind sitting with me a little while longer and reading to me? Provided that you can, of course.
I was gonna be like an insult, but I'm like, oh no, you're right. It's very possible that people you know wouldn't be able to read. Yeah. I was gonna be like, damn, all right. Yeah, exactly. I was like, it's a fair enough question. It would make sense for her to ask. This is a fair enough question, but your pride bristles regardless. Hastily, you reassure the princess that yes, of course you can read. You were a poor student in many aspects at the conservatoire, but you had something of a gift when it came to the literary arts. Too pretty to read, exactly. Reading books is all you have ever been any good at.
Oh, I see. I suppose I should have known. You're so incredible, I sometimes wonder if there's anything you can't do.
The princess's high praises makes you flush. Awkwardly, you look away. Being able to read, you reassure her, is not such a great feat. But alas.
Perhaps it isn't where you hail from, but it is here.
Mm-hmm.
Very few of my old servants could read, and they certainly couldn't read the books that I like.
This piques your interest. Intrigued, you ask the princess what books exactly she likes.
Well, I'm glad you asked. I'm fond of fairy tales, you see, old ones from centuries past. I have a collection of them here.
The princess says, indicating a book on her bedside table as thick as a mortuary slab.
The book is old, though, and the bindings are weak. The page is brittle, the writing woefully old-fashioned.
Excellent.
Excuse me? I didn't trust any of my past servants with that book, but I think you would do a good job breathing life into those old stories. Would you mind reading to me? Would you mind reading to me for just a brief while? Please, dear one, oh please.
The princess's request seems a simple one expressed sweetly, so much so you see no reason to refuse her. You take a seat beside the princess upon her luxurious bed, which sinks beneath your weight. Then you retrieve the leather-bound book which is resting upon her bedside table and spread it open. The pages of the book are very brittle, like the princess said, and the bindings of the book are loose. You can feel in the heft of the book's manifold pages the weight of the ages concealed within. Within it, how old is this book? Perhaps it is as old as the castle in which it resides. It is with a quiet voice, hesitant at first, that you begin to read to the princess, a tale of courtly love which culminates in a lavish wedding ceremony. All the while as you read, the princess listens to you enraptured, hanging, or so it seems, upon your every word. Once you reach the final phrase embossed on the pages of this aged tome, and they lived happily ever after, the princess sighs as though this tale has touched her very soul.
Would that there was a handsome prince to marry me, she says sorry.
No, you're good. She says somberly.
Or, better yet, a beautiful princess. At this point, I think I would even settle for a lowly scullery maid.
You blush at this idle remark and mumble softly that this would not be proper. The storm outside is still squalling, and you have never been one to raise your voice. You do not expect, therefore, that the princess will overhear you, but she does. She observes you, her head resting against her pillows, and says,
And what would be the problem with that, As my maid, shouldn't my happiness come before any silly ideas of propriety?
Well, of course, you reply, before a princess to marry a scullery maid.
You're still hung up about that?
The princess titters.
Don't pay it too much heed. I'm just talking to myself. As if anything like that would ever happen when there is no priest around who would officiate it.
You think that there are greater issues with the princess's plan than the lack of a priest, though she does present a good point. The castle is an empty one. Even if the princess were to find somebody that she loves, there would be nobody to make such a wedding official. You cannot help but feel like you have avoided a good deal of nuisance. But by the same token, do you not feel a touch disappointed? Well, never mind.
That was a nice story,
The princess says.
but I'm not sleepy yet, and it's still storming outside. Won't you read me one more?
You would not mind, you reply, but it is getting late. You really ought to return to your own chamber.
I know, but can't you find it in your heart to read one more story to me? Just one? You can choose a short one. I won't complain.
You have some doubts about that, but as before, you cannot resist the princess's demands. It is not, you think, because she is a princess, though that is, of course, a part of it, but because she is Well, radiant. You would not, you think, as you turn to the next story recounted in this aged compendium, want to upset her. You would rather cut out your own tongue. You read another story to the princess, which is of a similar vein to the last. Impossible adventures culminating at their close in a happy marriage. This tale delights the princess just as much as the tale you read prior, and she begs for another, then another. One bedroom story soon becomes 5, and even then, when the candles which flicker on the princess's bedside are close to guttering out, the princess is not satisfied. Like a grasping, greedy child, she has never heard of moderation. When she wants something, she seeks to glut herself with it, her only request that of more. If she were less comely, perhaps her inability to adhere to the word no would have been seen as a character defect. The princess is very comely, however, and so when she makes her next request, you almost agree offhand without considering the ramifications.
I think I could go to sleep now, but the storm is still raging. I feel lonely on my own in this big empty bed, so... I know.
The princess's eyes light up like the night sky in a thunderstorm.
Why don't you sleep with me?
You stare at the princess, your eyes wide as goose eggs. Slowly you blink. Then just as slowly, you bid her to repeat herself.
Didn't you hear me?
The princess giggles.
Maybe you've been so busy cleaning up after me, you've neglected to clean out your own ears.
Damn.
I said, dear one, would you like to sleep with me?
If that is the question she truly means to ask, then it is easy enough to answer. Of course you would like to sleep with her. It would be an honor. But would it really be all right for you to accept such an invitation? It must be a gross breach of protocol, surely, for a lowly domestic such as yourself to share a bed with a princess. You sit upon the princess's bedside, fretting while she observes with wide, beseeching eyes. She is waiting.
Well, what's the matter, dear one? Why do you tarry so? Could it be...
The princess's lower lip begins to tremble.
Don't you want to lie with me after all?
The sorrow present in the princess's voice and in her face makes you feel awfully guilty. Hurriedly, you console her. You tell her in no uncertain terms that if she truly wishes to partake in your company, then you have no qualms with it. Why would you?
Well then, don't just stand there dilly-dallying, silly. Come and join me, come.
And that is what you do, after returning briefly to your own chamber to change into your nightgown. Once dressed, you waste no time in returning to your impetuous princess's side. She is already lying in her glorious 4-poster bed, awaiting your return as though you are a knight-errant gone away to slay some wicked dragon. The princess giggles when she sees you. In your haste to change, you made a hash of the buttons, and she bids you to come closer.
Let me fix that for you, silly.
Oh no, you say. I couldn't possibly let you do that. I am but a servant after all. Should it not be your job to dress her?
Maybe so.
The princess says.
But I don't mind a bit of role reversal. It makes things more fun.
Wow. You try a few more refutations, but in vain. The princess summarily discards all of them. Quite at the princess's mercy, she might even be more stubborn than you are. You capitulate to her demands. You let the princess unbutton the front of your nightdress, then rebutton them, so the fabric of your plain gown is drawn shut. Satisfied with her handiwork, she has very elegant hands. The princess draws back and pats the mattress beside her.
Now come in. It must be horribly cold out there, but these sheets are warm.
Coyly, the princess smiles.
And so am I.
You feel warm yourself as you slide into the bed beside the princess. Your face is as red as the gown the princess so often wears, as red as the roses in the castle's grounds. All the while your heart is fluttering. Does the princess know what an effect she is having on you? Surely she must. How could any woman be so blind?
There.
The princess exclaims once your body is lying beside hers.
That is much better. Do you feel cozy now, dear one?
You swallow, and with a shaky voice, you reassure her. Yes, you are cozy. You're quite cozy indeed.
Very good. The storm might be raging outdoors, but it can't get us in here. I know, when I'm with you, I'll be safe. It's strange, but...
The princess reaches out, then takes your hand in hers, twining your fingers together like a chain.
When I'm with you, I feel so very light. It's as though nothing in the world can hurt me. You make me feel safe, so I want to make you feel safe too. I'll take very, very good care of you, I promise.
You return her smile with one of your own, touched by her thoughtfulness, though something about her promise does make you wonder. Should it not be your job to look after her as a domestic?
In a way.
The princess replies after a pause.
But you've been taking good care of me already. Now I need to return the favor. As a princess, I'm supposed to look after my vassals. It's all part of the job description.
You were unaware that being a princess came with a job description. You thought, well, the princess is the job. You thought the profession came with far fewer written responsibilities and far fewer forms to sign than, say, becoming a doctor or an astrophysicist or a mathematics professor. You tell the princess this sleepily and she laughs.
You do say some funny things, dear one. I think you must be tired. Rest your head. You've been working so hard. I think you deserve it.
Yes, you think, only half conscious, that you think you deserve it too. You have been working hard for a long time, have been running for even longer. But now, at long last, you feel like you can let your fears go. Your eyelids begin to droop, your body beleaguered by a sudden, all-consuming fatigue. And in a quiet, understated sort of way, your consciousness is conveyed to Morpheus's kingdom. Your sleep is a deep one, despite the storm which rages outdoors. The wind is howling like a couple of wild cats, both locked in a vicious and bloodthirsty bout to the death, but you do not hear it. Swaddled by the warm blankets about you, and soothed by the princess's presence, you are immune from all the ills of the world. When you are with the princess, you feel safe, secure, and, yes, you even feel loved. Damn. It is a pity, then, that these feelings do not last for very long.
I hate knowing it's coming, but also like...
Yep. I'm just like, oh, this is nice anyway. You know that something is wrong, catastrophically so, the moment you open your eyes. Your thoughts are hopelessly jumbled, but you are certain that when you fell asleep, it was in a bed. A nice, warm bed, no less, beneath soft, comfortable sheets. You are not lying in a bed right now, though. You are not, in fact, lying at all. Oh.
Oh.
You are standing instead. Oh, we see, we have a frilled apron and, yeah, and the nice dresses. Well.
Oops.
Yips. You are standing instead against a cold, hard wall made of stone. The curve of your back is pressed against the wall so intimately you can feel its icy chill seeping through the fabric of your nightgown. Your feet, which are bare, are similarly pressed against cold, unfeeling stone. They feel so frigid you cannot help but tremble. You are trembling so much you can feel your teeth chattering together. They sound like castanets?
Castanets, like the little, it's the little instrument where you like click between your fingers.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
The sound is almost jaunty as it echoes through your cell. For that is indeed where you are. Like a little, oh yeah, a little jaunty tune. The princess's bedchamber wherein you fell asleep is a thing now of the past. You are standing instead, you realize, with a sharp start, in the cell of some great underground dungeon. You swallow, and when you do, you can taste something bitter on your tongue. Your stomach is beginning to churn with anxiety. You feel like you're going to be sick, a feeling which wells up inside you to a staggering degree when you catch notice of the stench. You are not, you realize, the only one in the dungeon. There are others here, others attired in simple black and white outfits of servants, which look much like the dress you once wore. The others who are with you, however, in this expansive cell, manacled to the walls, are in no fit state to speak to you, nor to tell you of their plights. They are all unfeeling, unseeing, unbreathing. They are all dead. Ooh, I like this music.
Yeah.
You cannot approach these servants to check their pulse, for you yourself are restrained. But even if you could, there would be no point. There is no way any human could survive the wounds which have been inflicted upon these sad, slumped bodies. Over there you see a woman slumped, the front of her once white apron stained with blackish blood. There is a gaping wound in her stomach, one through which her entrails have half escaped, in some sort of burgundy goop which might have once been pale pink. There is another woman slumped beside the first of a smaller stature. She is skinnier. Maybe she's not a woman after all, but an adolescent like yourself. She might even be younger. The girl's age or lack of did not preclude her attacker from inflicting upon her horrors, alas, for her body is even more mutilated than the first. Her body is peppered with even more wells?
I guess wheels.
Wheels? And her face, has been half smashed in.
Ugh.
Only one eye remains staring fixedly at a wall opposed her, in the ruined remains of what was once her skull. Over there you see a woman who is missing both her arms and her lower jaw. Over there you see another who is missing her entire lower half.
Oh my god.
Well, where have her legs gone? You have no idea. For some reason, it seems it's a little like more tolerable that they're skeletons. I was like, oh yeah, skeleton,
I know,
sure, of course.
yeah.
And it's like, no, not just that. There's decaying bodies that are mangled and torn apart.
Right. God, can you imagine if they had put that in the CG?
Fascinating. Yeah, that would have been crazy. With this very cutesy art style too.
I know.
That would have been wild.
Yeah.
The injuries inflicted upon these bodies are ghastly, but their advanced decay is enough to turn your stomach. You know not how long these carcasses have been lying down here, but they have begun to putrefy. You fear a similar fate. Yeah, it is. It's a good word. You fear
I love that word.
Similar fate might befall you, should you stay here. You need to escape. Fitfully, you struggle against the manacles which bind you, but alas, it is no use. You cannot free yourself from the walls. Your restraints are much too strong, and you are much too weak. Panic rises in your throat, cold and icy, while terror seizes your heart, this too glacial. It is obvious that escape is impossible, but still you squirm and writhe like a rat caught in a firestorm. There is little point, however, to your struggles. You succeed in nothing as you attempt to free yourself, save making the steel manacles dig into your abused wrists more sharply than ever. You gasp. That hurts. Well, you ought to have known that would not work. The very definition of insanity is, you know, performing a set action over and over again, hoping for a different response. In that sense, perhaps one could argue optimism is not so very different from insanity. Now that is an interesting point to consider. Would you not agree? No, evidently not. I love the narrator.
She's so good.
It's like, she's like, wouldn't that be just an interesting thing to ponder? You know? Oh, you're busy. Oh, whatever. You're not even listening.
I still can't get over the moments when the narrator's like, you humans do whatever, blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, what do you mean you human? What are you?
Yeah, what are you? What are you? You are still trying to escape, you foolish girl. As if that will do you any good. The clangorous, wow, rattling of your steely restraints is rather starting to get on my nerves. You're making enough noise to raise the dead down there in your dark, dingy cell, and all your screaming is hardly helping matters. I wish that you would cease this infernal racket, but I know you will not. Nothing I say could ever get through to you. Not that you have ever listened to me in the first place. Perhaps you would listen to her, though. Is she not your kind, considerate mistress? Nice. Look now, she has come all this way into the dark depths of the castle's cold, inhospitable dungeon to see you. Is that not kind of her?
Oh, dear one.
The princess trills, entering the dungeon with a series of light, lilting steps.
It would seem like you have finally awoken. How are you? Based on all that infernal racket you've been making, it would seem like you have no shortage of energy.
Balefully, you turn your head so as to meet the eyes of the princess. She is standing but a few paces away, beneath the roughly hewn stone arch which bids one entry, but rarely ever an exit, to the dungeons. The dungeons are dull and drab, but the princess is wearing her favorite red dress. It is so bright and brilliant that for a few moments it hurts you to look at her. Once, the red of the princess's outfit made you think of romance. Now it makes you think of violence.
You must forgive me for leaving you down here for so long. That was unfair of me. I did think of waiting here with you by your side until you awoke, but...
Once again, the princess giggles, a light, airy giggle, which does not at all suit the situation in which you have found yourself.
A dungeon is not a fit place, after all, for a princess. It is horribly cold here, and so very drab, and there is nowhere nice and soft to lay my head. I could have brought my pillows down from my bed, I suppose, and my blankets. But then they would have gotten dirty, and that would be a disaster.
You're absolutely right.
I need to be more careful. I won't have anybody left to clean up after my messes soon. Not when I've dispatched of you.
Once again, the princess laughs. Her laughter is light and lilting, like a chiming of a silvery bell, but it does little to alleviate your concern. If anything, it makes you feel even more alarmed. Did she say she meant to dispatch of you? Oh, what a good game.
Yes, that's right. Could you not tell? I thought you might have figured that out already after waking up in a dungeon, silly.
Still smiling, the princess takes another step towards you. Would that you could, you would cringe away from her, but you cannot. You are completely powerless. Nice.
Nice.
The princess reaches out and places a hand upon your cheek. Her skin is very white, and though her touch is cool, it is less so than the frigid air in the dungeon. Though your body is aching, the princess's touch is gentle, and you find yourself leaning into it subconsciously. You wish she would keep holding you. You wish she would keep touching you. You luxuriate in her kindness as best you can. But though the princess's caresses are tender, your circumstances rather undermine them. How can you relax like this?
Ah, you're such a good girl.
The princess says in a cajoling sort of voice, as one might address a cat.
You've been so lovely to me while we've been together. I really couldn't ask for a better servant. I feel as though I've been spoiled.
Why then, you ask her, is she doing this? Improbable though it sounds, she must be the one who chained you up. There is nobody else in the castle who could have committed such a feat. Everybody else is dead.
Why, yes. How very astute of you. I was the one who orchestrated all of this naturally.
Naturally, she says, as though her betrayal is a matter of course. Naturally. Why, you ask, is this so natural to her? What does she mean to do with you?
Oh, only what I've done to all my other servants. I have experience with this sort of thing, so please don't worry. I'll take good care of you.
And by take good care of, she means
Naturally, I'll kill you.
naturally. There it is again, that word, which seems grossly inappropriate given all which has transpired. Naturally. There's nothing natural about this.
Do you not think so?
The princess examines you, her expression ponderous.
It is natural to me, even if it isn't natural to other people. This just feels right.
Imprisoning her servants in the dungeon and letting them die?
Yes, exactly. There is a bit more to it than that, though.
Oh, of course there is.
I like you, dear one.
The princess says in a voice which sounds uncommonly serious.
You have been good to me, like I said, and kind. For that, I will be eternally appreciative. You have been so good to me, in fact, that simply being with you is not enough. Not anymore. Your company can no longer content me. I'm a greedy, selfish girl, you see.
The princess's smile widens into something sinister, her eyes flashing with a fiendish fervor you have never before witnessed.
And I don't want you to
Nice.
and I don't want to feel you beside me. I want to feel you inside me.
Well, of all the things your charming captive could have said, you did not expect that. The princess, perhaps noticing your confusion, begins to giggle. A giggle even lighter than meringue and just as airy. It is just as inoffensive.
I can see that you don't understand, dear one. But you aren't the only one. My last lady's maid said that too.
Wanly the princess sighs, a beleaguered woe-is-me sigh which makes her look even younger than the scant handful of years she truly possesses.
And the one before that, and the one before that, and the one before that. I thought that you, at least, might be able to appreciate my point of view, but perhaps not. I don't think it should be too complicated to grasp, really. But maybe my way of looking at the world is a little bit unique. That's what my nurse always used to say, but at least when she still had the breath to speak, of course.
You look at the princess. Where is there for you to look? Where else is there for you to look, really? Your eyes affixed to her face. She is still smiling, but there is something sinister about her smile. Or perhaps in your anxious state, you are only imagining that there is something sinister about her smile. It is easy to see things which do not really exist when your surroundings are festooned in shadows. In actuality, however, the princess does not look any different to how she usually does. Neither is she acting any different to the way she usually acts. She has not changed. It is only your perspective of her that has changed. Tremulously, you ask the princess what she means, a question the princess is only too happy to answer.
It's simple, really, like I said. You were wondering, weren't you, why there weren't any guards or any servants in the castle when you first arrived here?
I eat them. The question had crossed her mind, yes. You are sure that the princess said her ministers sent them away, though? Was that a lie?
I wasn't being wholly truthful, no. I thought you would be afraid of me if you knew what had actually happened, and I didn't want that. I wanted you to stay with me. My ministers didn't send anybody away because I don't have any ministers. I dispatched of them too.
Did she now? You suppose you ought not to be surprised, but you still shudder regardless.
My ministers weren't very much fun, I'm afraid. They had a lot of ideas about what I should and shouldn't do after my parents died.
The princess stares at you, her eyes wide like black holes, empty, yawning abysses.
So I killed them. I killed my servants too, though I did a more thorough job with them than I did my ministers. I did not care for my ministers, you see. They were all fusty old men. But I did love my servants. I loved my ladies' maids, and my undermaids, and my scullery maids, and my housekeeper, and my cooks, and my large retinue of retainers. They were like my family. They raised me in my parents' absence, and I adored them. They were so very dear to me that I had no real choice. I had to eat them.
Okay. So it's like you can't let your parents die or else your daughter becomes a cannibal.
Yeah.
I'm just curious of where the jump was, you know?
I know.
What brought this out for her? Like, what happened between your parents passing and the short while that you were cared for by your other servants and everything? You're like, I should start eating people.
Unless she like ate her parents too. Like maybe this was a all along type of thing, you know?
Maybe it's possible. I think from the way she's saying it, I think her parents died elsewhere, but
Right.
it's possible.
Does that follow?
Not logically, no. Why, you asked the princess, your voice trembling, would you eat the people that you love? It's because you love them. It seems a poor way to repay them for their kindness.
Well, why wouldn't you eat the people that you love? I don't think there could be any greater way of showcasing one's gratitude, unless you have any better ideas.
You weren't expecting the princess to turn the tables on you quite like this, and dumbfounded you stare at her. You know precious little about love yourself, so it is hard for you to form a convincing rebuttal, but you muster up a few token arguments. You tell the princess that eating people isn't very nice, and neither is it strictly legal. A better way to show your gratitude to your servants would to be with increased wages or increased holidays. The princess listens to your arguments, her expression astute, like a student poised to take notes in a very important lecture. Once you are finished, however, her concentration fails her. Her shoulders begin to shake, but it is not with remorse for what she has done. Instead, she is laughing.
Oh, dear one, that's very funny. But why should I care about the law? I'm a princess. One day, I'll be the queen. I am the law.
That is a good point. But would eating people not turn her subjects against her?
What subjects? I'm no fool, you know. No matter how I might act, and I know what... I'm no fool, you know, no matter how I might act. And I know what happens beyond the castle's walls. I know all about the plague. Once I might have had a populace to govern, but they're all gone now. I'm a princess in nothing but name only, a monarch without any subjects.
Am I frozen? Oh, I'm frozen. Hold on. One sec.
Oh, you're back.
Hello? Yeah, we had a little I just noticed. I was like, oh, you're cutting in and out a little bit.
Yeah,
I was like,
it was happening for you too, and I was like, ooh.
Okay, yeah, I think it's just me. Hold on, my PC's doing a thing. We might have a small crash, but don't worry, everybody, it'll be okay.
We'll be back. It's gonna be okay.
Yeah, don't worry about it. It'll be okay. We're just having some minor issues. I'm gonna disappear for a second. I'll still be here. While I get things back online.
Well, you fix that. I'm gonna go run to the restroom.
Okay.
Since we're having difficulties.
There we go. I don't think I fully need to restart, so I think it'll be okay. There we go. Okay. I'm good. I'm alive. Don't worry, everybody. Small little crash.
Small little crash. I noticed it too. I was hearing, I guess it was on both ends, but yeah, I was hearing Doppy kind of like cut in and out a little bit, and I was like, oh no, I hope that's not our connection. But it was me. It was me. Just a minor freak out. We're okay. Nothing to worry about. Cause my on my stream side and everything, it says that I'm still good. We just needed a small refresh because my OBS 2 kind of shat out for a second. But we're all right. Everything's okay. I live. Oh my god, that means a second break. I get to eat more of my breakfast. Hold on. You ready for some ASMR? If you have problems with people eating whatever, what's that term? It's not. Is it misophonia? Something like that. If you don't like it, turn the volume down. I'm gonna eat directly into the mic kind of girly. My bread has actually softened a little bit from sitting on the side, which is good because I burnt it just a little bit. It's not like terrible, still edible. But then I take a bite of it and I'm like, fuck, this is so crunchy, it feels like it's cutting my mouth. So it's softened a little bit now, which makes it easier to eat. Delicious. This one might crunch. Hold on. What kind of crunch are we gonna get?
Okay, Apollo cheese.
Oh, welcome back.
Oh, thank you.
I'm just enjoying my breakfast.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm gonna take one more. Oh.
Go ahead. Oh God. Cracked my back.
Oh yeah, pop it.
Yeah.
You know, in our little break time, I could be talking about the wonderful story presenting itself to us, but instead, full open mouth eating into the mic. Oh, hold on. I gotta adjust my headband, so I'm gonna take my headphones off for a second.
Okay. Hi chat, how are we today? So happy to be here with you all. I love it when lesbians kill each other. It's a great time.
Okay, there we go.
Welcome back.
Much better. It was doing the thing where it was like starting to slide off the back of my head.
Oh yeah.
I have very long hair, so I always wear this little headband whenever I stream to get all my hair out of my face.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let me adjust this. Okay, it looks like everything's still good, so.
Okay, cool.
Excellent.
Do you want to stream it to me again?
Oh, that's right. I was like, ready when you are. There you go.
Please and thank you.
Oh. Yep, there it goes. Okay. What the fuck? When lesbians kiss and live happily ever after? Yeah, I know. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no. Don't make me do it. Don't make me restart.
Oh no.
Hold on. Let me do.
how could I go about this? Because the thing is, sometimes I would just like share my screen, but the game is so tiny
Oh, gotcha.
that it might be hard for you to read. So hey, can you work here? Let me try like I might just turn down the quality.
Okay.
Let's try that.
Yes.
Can you still read okay?
Yes, I can read.
Okay. And then let me do this.
We're working on it, chat. We got this.
It's upset. Come on, you were doing so good for 2 hours. Calm down.
Literally. March, you're right. I do prefer it when lesbians kiss and live happily ever after, but sometimes they kill each other, and that's pretty great too.
And sometimes it's really fun when there's cannibalism involved. Okay. Let's see. Stream side is a little funky, but I'm sure it will come back to normal soon.
Fingers crossed.
I hope for the best.
Okay. We good?
Right now, at least.
For now, yeah. Okay. So, don't you think that's sad? I know I do. It's so woefully lonely.
Oh, I had my effects on the whole time. If she feels lonely, then why has she been systematically slaughtering all of her domestics? Doesn't make a lick of sense.
Perhaps not to you.
Gently, the princess caresses your cheek.
But I shouldn't judge you too harshly. As much as I like you, dear one, you were a commoner. Perhaps you can't understand the intricacies of my thoughts.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Privately, you doubt that anybody would be able to understand the intricacies of the princess's thought process, largely because it is unreasonable. You do not say that, though. Instead, you ask her the only question you can think to ask, with your weary throat, which is sore from shouting. Why?
Why, you ask?
The princess blinks.
It's because I don't want you to leave me, of course. Everybody leaves sooner or later, whether they have pledged their allegiance to me or not. That is simply the way of the world. People are fickle and inconstant, even to me, a monarch. That is why I decided to eat my servants. I had no choice, you see. It was the only way to ensure that they would never leave me. When you think about it, they should be grateful that I would demean myself so, to consume their flesh and blood. I am a magnanimous ruler, you see, and I treat all of my subjects equally. I love every single one of you. And naturally, I love you too. You have been awfully nice to me. And you are very pretty alongside it. If you were a plain, ugly girl, perhaps I would not shower you with affection quite as intense as this, but you've captured my heart. I think you're lovely. So I'll bestow upon you the highest honor I can conceive of.
Honor.
I want your body to mix with mine. Then we can stay together forever and ever.
The princess leans in. You can feel her soft, silken hair brushing against your cheeks. Can feel, too, the warmth of her breath as it goes against your skin. It is cold in the dungeon, but the princess's close proximity is, perverse though this might sound, something of a comfort. Her eyes are wide and her lips are so red. Her smile, meanwhile, is so sweet.
I've been doing my best to fulfill the role that fate has dictated for me, but really...
The princess exhales. Her eyes, which are boring into yours, are like two dark tarns. Finally, you think you can see, in an alarming lack of light, the lack of anything, in the princess's gaze of some degree of humanity. In the princess's gaze, okay. Some degree of humanity.
It gets so lonely here. Oh.
But this brief flickering of understanding which passes between the pair of you is soon cut short. The princess dips her head. She parts her lips, which are as red as the petals of a carnivorous flower. You feel the princess's breath against your neck. It is warm in the icy chill of the dungeons, and you shudder from it. For a few moments, you think that this overture of the princess's could be romantic in a way, but this too comes to a swift, merciless close. Chomp. The princess's mouth is on your neck. The princess's teeth, sharp as needles, are in your flesh. The princess is draining your blood. She is supping on it in great, greedy gobbets, like a hungry animal, one who cannot truly comprehend the harm it is causing. Even as the princess sups from you, her arms twined around your waist, you find you cannot hate her. She is far too unworldly. You are sure, as your consciousness begins to fade, that the princess was being sincere when she spoke of her love for her past servants. This is simply the way the princess expresses this great love of hers, a love which is so very abundant it borders upon the monstrous. It is a love you never thought you would ever experience. This love of the princess's eclipses anything you have ever known before. It eclipses sanity. It eclipses reason. It eclipses all notions that you might once have had of right or wrong. The princess, as you know full and well, does not care about such concepts. You have always possessed a stubborn core nestled beneath your weak-willed exterior, but the princess is even stubborner than you are. In the face of her love, you have met your match. The princess draws back. Desperately, you gasp for air, but she does not give you any quarter. As before, she dips her head, her red lips redder still with your blood, then splits apart her jaw. Her teeth, which are impossibly, inhumanly sharp, glint wickedly like knives. Then she tears out your throat. In front of your nightgown, the front of your nightgown was white once. Now it is red. There is so much blood you can smell it when you inhale, sharper than metal. It is so potent you can taste it on your tongue. You try to inhale, but this task proves to be beyond you, what with the twin perforations that have ruptured your skin. Your attempted breaths, when they escape your lips, sound like sad, sorry wheezes. Your whole body, meanwhile, feels as though it is on fire. You make for quite the sorry sight indeed. But you'll forgive me if my sympathy is limited. You did bring this upon yourself, you know. You reap what you sow, and in your case, you made a series of bad decisions which led to your untimely demise. Now what do you want to do? Will you accept this fate of yours and rest in peace, or will you try to fight against it?
Gotta say.
Never know. Oh, these are our only save slots? That's so they are.
Oh, I guess the first one?
I guess so. When was this? This is 20... Yeah, okay.
Will you accept this fate of yours and rest in peace, or will you try to fight against it?
All right, so we're gonna accept first.
Man. Yeah, I gotta accept it.
Look at it. Look at her little dress here.
I know.
So yeah, the teeth.
Yeah, teeth.
Yeah, the teeth. Okay, makes sense. And
I mean, it was like all glaringly obvious from the very beginning,
obvious.
but now I'm just like, wait a second.
You know, the funny thing is too. Oh, hold on, big stretch. It was the funny thing about. Oh wait, hold on. Oh no.
You stretched and killed it.
I did. Oh no. Come on, you've been doing so good. What the hell?
Big stretch and then we die.
And then we die. Fuck me. You're fine. I know you're fine. Come on. Hold on. There we go.
Got this. You can do it.
Swear to God. You're fine. Oh shit. There we go. Crazy. Anyway, the thing about this is that, okay, there you go. It's like, oh, excellent connection. Yeah, I hope so. God damn it. Is that the thing that got me into like playing this game is that it's like, oh yeah, Cannibal Yuri. And I was like, oh, really? And so I was like waiting for it to happen. And then we started playing today and I forgot that that was a thing. So when it started getting to this point and I was like, man, there's a lot of teeth on her dress. And I was like, I wonder why that is. And then I'm like,
Wait a second. I knew this all along.
wait a minute. I knew why. Of course.
Deep in my memory.
And then we got into the dungeon, or when she started like when she was licking up the blood on your finger, I was like, oh, that's right, we haven't gotten here yet. So I knew all along.
So funny.
I just forgot it. All right, we're gonna accept.
What? Really? You're fine with being eaten alive in a dark, dingy dungeon than being left to rot? That does not sound like a very satisfying ending to this particular narrative. But if that's what you want, then so be it. I do not mind indulging you. That is what I have always done, after all, from the moment we first met. I have dedicated myself tirelessly to answering your wishes, and this is no different. Do not be so foolish to think, though, that you can escape me, even if your life's blood has mingled with that of the princesses. I am not going to relinquish my hold upon you that easily. I did pledge, after all, to remain by your side, come what will, fire or flood. I will never leave you. You will never be lonely again. Love that consumes. How does it feel to be loved so ardently was the achievement. It's good. That's good achievement. All right. Excellent. Okay, let's run it back. Run it back.
Give it back.
All right, load. Mike, there we go. Hello.
Hello.
Are we good? Is everybody good?
Have we returned?
Are we alive? Can you hear me?
Hello from the afterlife.
From death. There we go. Okay, we back.
Yay,
okay, cool.
We back.
Okay. Oh. We're so close to being done.
Literally.
Please hang in there.
Like, please, Miss Teller's computer, you have this.
We're
I believe
so close
hard.
to being done, and we were so fine the last time we stringed this too.
I feel like it's every time we stream together. It's like
goddamn. It's my PC. It just needs.
Yeah.
It needs to be fixed. It needs some fixins. It needs some internal fixins, which is expensive.
It is. I know.
Oh my god. Okay, hold on. Let me check my. Okay, excellent. Double checking that audio seems okay.
Okay, cool.
God damn it. Nope. Don't you do it. We froze for a second. Don't you do it.
No, don't freeze, please.
Oh, fuck. Hold on.
No.
Oh, no. Oh, no. God damn it. Ow,
Please,
shit.
we're so close.
Come on. You're fine. Hold on. Oh my god. I swear to fucking Christ.
The people want it. Please, let us give it to them.
Is it still? Oh, that's still going. Okay, it's just everything else froze. Hold on, my VTube Studio froze. Yes, 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 I know. Close. Okay. What about OBS? Are you still frozen? God damn. Okay, no, it's just frozen on my end. Why?
Damn.
Why? It looks like it's going on stream, but OBS is frozen on my end. That's so weird.
Interesting.
I could turn it on and off again. Perhaps.
Do what you gotta, baby girl.
Let me see. We're so close to being done.
I know.
What the fuck?
I need to know what happens if we try to fight it.
What the hell? Okay. There you go. Alright, stream might go offline for a second. Let's see. Or maybe I can, hold on, before I get drastic with it. Nope, okay. So that whole thing is frozen. That's so interesting.
Damn.
Let me try that. I believe we're still on. Yeah, we're still online. What
Yeah.
the fuck? What the hell?
Hey, chat. This
Hey,
is
guys.
my stream now. It's just me, actually. I thought I'd play into the toxic Yuri a little bit, just take over, you know?
Okay, there we go. There we go. Oh, of course, you motherfucker. I think you're lying to me. Hold on.
Oh no. Thank you, Stream Elements.
Yeah, I feel like you're. Oh, thanks. I'm glad to see you're working. Okay. Hold on. We might have to go. We might go offline for a second.
Damn.
Let me fix this because my thing is also saying that my driver is out of date, which I literally checked it.
Come on, computer,
Oh,
you got this.
Motherfucker.
I'm sending you love and care, computer.
Thank you. Sometimes I feel like punching the shit out of her. All right, we will probably go offline for a moment. Everybody hang tight. Wait, let me try. Oh no, because it's frozen. Why is OBS fully frozen?
I do like that we're doing all this with your voice effect on.
Oh shit! I forgot it was on. All right, if
Like, what do you mean that's not just what Heller sounds like all the time?
It is. It's true. If anything, I might just throw a PNG up because we're so close to being done.
Mm-hmm.
And if my VTube studio is just gonna keep being a pain in the ass, then I'll just throw my PNG up.
Yeah.
Let me see. Let's do that. If it'll show. Let me see. Let me see how it is streaming. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I have my own little Fugi that I can put
Yeah.
up.
Kabi Fugi.
Kabi Fugi. It is in front of you though, however. We're flying blind because I wish you could see my OBS is fully frozen, but like apparently things are working. So
yeah.
I'm like, I don't know if I want to test it by like going fully offline or if I just like watch the delay on the stream.
Mhm.
Because it's not too far delayed, so if something needs
Yeah, I don't
fixing,
think
I can fix
so.
it. Where is my... There it is. Okay.
Just know that I'm back here. I'm back here behind you.
Yes.
Oh, no, I'm not. Okay.
There you go. Oh, shit. Now oh, no, but I can't fix it without seeing. No. Damn it. Okay, wait, hold on. Let me try to do this. Let me be, like, crazy. What if does that work?
Oh.
Oh my god, it does! Holy shit! You don't understand, guys. What I'm looking at right now on my OBS is a fully frozen frame of me and Doppy, and like it won't go away. But apparently I can manipulate things still on screen. So the problem is if I need to resize something, I can't. And that is a slight problem. So maybe
we are winging it. We're doing great.
Maybe I can like hold on, let me try. Like, where are you? There you are. What if I like move you over a smidge? Oh my god, it's working.
Yeah.
It's working. And then and then I get, where's my model? There you are. And then me. And then I'm gonna move myself down a little bit. Will it work? Oh my god.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yes. Yes. Excellent. Okay. And then yeah, we're good.
Yep. Just got streaming back to me.
Okay. Okay, let's try again.
Let's try this.
Alright. Here you go.
Ah, beautiful.
All right. And now for my OBS, I'm just gonna have to guess.
Yeah.
I have the stream pulled up. At least I can see that it's happening. All right. Anyway. Let's hope for the best, everybody. This is so fucking funny. All right. Anyway.
That is a good answer. I must admit I like it. It is impressive how very defiant you can be, even in a situation as discomforting as this. Now, try not to cry. Keep your chin up. This is but a minor setback in your story. Like all fair maidens, you are deserving of your own happy ending. You need only the strength to try to seek it out. Why don't we give this another go? Just try not to ensnare the hearts of any more monarchs, particularly those with unusual appetites. You are destined for far higher purpose than being an entree, and there are vastly more enjoyable ways to be eaten in this world. Your fate is once again in your hands. Now I wonder, which path will you take?
What is left? Oh, just to give up.
Interesting. Fully
okay.
give up. Sorry, I'm just checking the stream real quick to make sure it's going.
Yeah, you're good.
Oh no, the stream looks frozen.
It doesn't on my end.
Really?
Yeah.
Or the
very
text
far
isn't
behind,
the
but-
text isn't moving. Really?
Like, okay, so yeah, so the actual like screen isn't changing, but you can see us talking.
Yeah, like us are talking, but the imagery isn't changing.
Yeah.
Fuck! Hold on.
Shiva says they're good. They're listening.
I mean, yeah, it's like you can hear us, which is great. But...
I know.
Fuck! Okay.
I'd really
Damn.
love it if you could see it though.
I know. Fuck me. Okay. Yeah. All right. Everybody pause. This may
Oh,
suck.
wait. It just updated.
Wait, are you doing it? Is it happening?
Because now it's showing give up.
Yeah, give up. Just give up. Okay. I believe in you. Come on. Work, please. Thank you for your support, Stream Elements.
Stream Elements, not now.
Now's not the time. Okay, I'm gonna click it and then I'll give it a sec to see if things happen.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Oh, I see it lighting up. It's going.
Yes.
Okay. I'm not gonna question it. I'm gonna write it out. Jesus fucking Christ. I'm so like, this is like, y'all cannot see the dumpster fire that I am looking at right now. I might as well not even have OBS open. It's not fucking doing anything.
Well, it's streaming to you.
Other than streaming, yes, but like visually,
don't close it.
Visually, it's not doing anything.
Right.
All right. Anyway, we're just gonna take it.
So, you've come back here, have you? That does not come as much of a surprise. Though presented with 3 potential paths, it is not as though traversing any of them would have any particular impact upon your ultimate fate. In the end, you were always destined to return here.
Sorry, okay, it is going. Excellent.
Yes.
Did you really think you had a choice? How hopelessly naive of you. I thought that you were smarter than that. Your breath, which once escaped your lips in sharp, ragged gasps, is now on the verge of petering out altogether. Your lungs feel deflated as though they have been punctured. Your blood is rushing through your temples in a heady, overwhelming surge. Your stomach, meanwhile, has twisted itself up into knots. Your body feels heavy, your legs in particular. They no longer wish to obey you. You take a stumbling step forwards and your foot gets caught in a tree root. You are certain that you passed this route once already and that you sidestepped it. Or perhaps your memory is beginning to fail you, just like the rest of your body.
The witching hour. Is it almost time for me to make my grand entrance? That's what it says. Interesting.
You gasp surprised and pitch forwards, dull and senseless like a sack full of potatoes. Your arm hits the ground with a crack, one which makes you cry out in pain. Tears begin to bead on your eyes, wet and salty, tears which you cannot stymie. You are not as resilient as the gravedigger, nor as carefree as the princess. If you lived underwater like the mermaid, then nobody, at the very least, would be able to tell that you are crying. But you do not, and I can. Believe me, I can. Your arm aches dreadfully, but at least you can still feel it. Your poor feet, meanwhile, have gone quite numb. You would try to stand, had you the energy, but you know, as you sit there dazed, that this would be a futile effort. You cannot stand, not any longer. It hurts too much. You really have been through a lot tonight, haven't you? I fear I have not been very kind to you. But you ought to be accustomed to hardship. Why then are you crying? You always have been a crybaby. That is why they teased you so much. It is because they knew they would be guaranteed a reaction. You are very predictable. Even now, after you tried to borrow my power for your own purposes, you have not changed at all. As you sit there sobbing, you hear, or you think you can hear, footsteps approaching you. There to your right is the snapping of a twig. To your left, the telltale rustle of leaves. Your every sense feels razor sharp, honed to a knife's point by anxiety. You are so panicked you feel as though you are going to be sick. If you want to vomit, then why not? There's no shame in it. There's nobody here to judge you. Nobody but me. I have always been here, you know. I will always be here, no matter how fast you try to run or how far. Did you really think you could escape me? Poor sweet child. Poor little fool. I did tell you, did I not? A contract with a witch is binding. No amount of physical distance between the both of us could ever sever it. I told you I would never let you be lonely, and I meant it. But I have had rather enough of these little games. It is time for me to collect my collateral. Nice.
Way-ho.
Excellent.
A soft gasp escapes your throat as you feel arms wind their way around about your back. Naturally, you know whose arms they are. They are mine. I have been watching you all night, but this is the first time I have reached out to you in so direct a manner. Did you not expect me to be so forward? I can hear your heart fluttering in your chest. It is beating very quickly, like a startled rabbit's. Your breaths are short and sharp. It is a cold night, and though I am holding you, you are still shaking. I wish you would not tremble so. Everybody fears the unknown, but we are not strangers. We have spoken before, have we not? When you first called me forth from the ether, using that book you found in the library. You were desperate enough then to turn to the occult for help. You pleaded with me to use my magic for your behalf. You begged me. You implored and you entreated and you wheedled and you whined. And though I had some reservations, you forced my hand. I had no choice, not in the face of your desperation. You did not want to be lonely anymore. You wanted to have a friend, somebody who would always be there for you no matter what. You wanted somebody to love you. Is that not what you demanded of me? Is that not what I have given you? You might think me wicked, but I think you are being awfully cruel yourself to run from me after I made all your wishes come true. I did think, about punishing you for running away from me. I thought of poking out your eyes so that you might never see anybody other than me. I thought of cutting off your long, lovely hair so that nobody might ever think you beautiful but me. I thought of breaking your legs so that you might never be able to escape from me. I turned all of these intriguing ideas over in my mind, but I am a merciful witch. Though you hurt me, I did not wish to hurt you. You asked, after all, that I love you, and that is what I did. I have drowned you in my love. I have buried you beneath my love. I have swallowed you with my love. You have always been a sad, lonely girl, one who has been starved of affection. Nobody has ever cared for you. Your life has been a barren, empty wasteland, one devoid of any fonder feelings. That is why I had to drown you, you see. That is why I had to bury you. It is why I had to swallow you. In the end, I was doing you a favor. I was doing it all for you. In that sense, you are very lucky, do you know that? There are very few people in the world who have had the privilege of being loved to the brink of insanity quite this many times in one night. There are few people in the world who can claim to have been loved by a witch. You have experienced so much love it ought to have slaked even your unquenchable thirst. You know now what it feels like to be adored. I have more than upheld my end of the bargain. Now I think it is time you do the same. From this night forth, you and I will always be together. Then I shall be able to love you endlessly. You will never be lonely again.
Oh, I love that dress.
Wow.
Nice. Finally, we did it.
We did it.
Holy fuck.
That was actually so incredible.
I know, is there anything else fun and interesting that might happen? Mayhaps?
I don't know.
Let's see the gallery. Is there something? There's something!
Oh my god, there's something.
We're missing one thing! What is it? What is it? What is it?
I don't know. I'm like, what could we have done differently,
Mayhaps. Oh, I don't know. What if we start again?
Ooh,
Hold on. Deja vu, haven't you been here
deja
before?
vu.
Here's an achievement. Hold on, we're gonna fast forward. Fast forward so quick. Go. Faster. Were you not happy with me? Is this new?
I think so.
Wait, hold on. Hold
Oh
on.
yeah, this is all new. Wait.
I should have come here before, haven't you? I feel like that part was the same. Why,
Yeah,
I wonder,
some of
could
them
that
are,
be?
but
Sure as you are, and you've seen this already.
yeah, it's seen it already.
Jesus, just the mountains too. I don't remember this. Oh, it is new.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Back up. You have seen the fractal patterns. The fractal pattern of the moon's milky glow as it spills on the uneven forest floor, and the trees which jut out of the earth like eerie monuments to a foreign god. You have seen wicked brambles which sought to ensnare you, and I might add succeeded, and tree roots hooked like choppy fingers of which is far older than I, which sought to trip you. You have cut your feet, you have torn your skirt, you have taken numerous paths, yet all ended in failure. Once you had hope, now it is gone. You have already given in to me. So why are you still running? Silly girl, did you really think you could escape from me, after all I have subjected you to already? There is no use trying to escape from my embrace, and if I may be so bold, I am hurt that you would even attempt it. Were you not happy with me? I was happy with you. But no matter. You are a stubborn little chit, and perhaps this sounds like a slur.
It does.
And perhaps you think that things will be different this time around. That is why you began to run. I can see, despite the fear in your eyes, that your resolve has not burnt out. Not just yet. A spark of it still remains, a spark that I mean to extinguish for good. It is pointless, you know, trying to escape from a witch's curse, in this forest of phantasmagoria, constructed from my own powers. I am a creator goddess, Mother Earth, if you will. It does not matter how quickly you run, trampling the tall grass and the loose leaves and ugly, spotted mushrooms underfoot. I still have you right where I want you, in the palm of my hand. I will not let you get away that easily. But very well. If you insist on playing this little game, then I will indulge you. I will play along. We can do this all over again. Now where were we? Oh yes. You are still running through a forest. It is late? Okay. Probably.
Okay, yes, I think this is all the same.
Because there's a sensible hour and you'd be little loose. Yep. And fork in a road. 3 paths. Well, 4 if you count down the path which you came. I doubt you mean to confront me. How can you when you are so very afraid? I can hear your teeth chattering, you know. I can see your legs trembling. Your fear rolls off you in waves, more potent than any perfume. Your anxiety is truly staggering. It is a wonder really how you are able to keep putting one foot in front of the other. You will keep putting your feet in front of the other, though, no matter which decision you make. You will not turn back. How could you? You are far too cowardly. Now, 3 paths are signposts, as well you know, which would be a strange sight given you are so deep in the forest. We ought to be used to strange sights by now. It is dark, but that does not matter. You have seen the signpost before, and you know full well where each path will lead you. I would say that your fate is in your hands, but you and I both know that is incorrect. Your fate is, and always has been, mine to manipulate. Must we really go through this rigmarole again? You won't discover anything new, you know. The mermaid, the gravedigger, and the princess will not deviate from the scripts which have already been prepared for them. I did not, in all honesty, think to furnish any further responses for them. I did not think you would be seeing them again. But no matter. If this is what you want, I shall provide it for you. Go ahead. Throw your life away again and again and again. Be drowned by love. Be buried by love. Be consumed by love. Then, when you've had enough and you can no longer stand, submit yourself once again to my embrace. And let yourself experience the love as precious few humans have ever before had the misfortune of experiencing. Damn, okay.
Interesting. So I wonder if we get new choices for each one.
For each of these? Maybe. Let's run through and find out. I'm gonna go to the shore. Good idea. What will you discover there, I wonder?
Should be able to fast forward, yeah.
Oh, it's fully the same. Let's see. Accent to match. No one's come to see me. Okay.
Yeah, it's all the same. Give us a different option.
And survived. Dropped it. Yeah. Okay. These appear all the same. We give her the flowers. Maybe it is in our part where we die. Knowing, try to pull free. Does not react. Okay. Try fighting. Oh, I wouldn't give it up right now, but no matter. You really are stubborn. Regardless of what you might choose. Go back to the beginning once again. It is in your hands. At least that is what you once thought. You and I both know, however, that this never was the case. Not now that you belong to me. How much longer can you keep resisting, though?
I wonder if we just have to keep resisting.
I think so, yeah. Cannot wait to find out. Alright, so same thing, and we're just gonna resist.
Yeah.
Excellent.
It's very funny to watch it in fast forward.
Yeah, I know. Whee! Fight.
Fight.
My, this is certainly unexpected. I had rather thought after everything you have been subjected to, you would no longer wish to continue this farce. I was fully prepared for you to forfeit yourself, at long last, to my loving embrace. I'm ready to embrace you, should you so desire it, and cradle you within my unassailable affection. But it seems you are not ready to submit, not quite yet. Being buried alive twice over has not been enough to diminish your determination. You still wish to fight against me, as if you had any hope of succeeding. Your efforts are all futile, did you not know? Do you not know that? I am far, far stronger than a skinny human like yourself could ever begin to contemplate. You would be better served if you gave in. But perhaps I have not loved you effusively enough, not just yet. If you are to learn anything, I must first beat it into your thick skull of yours. Will you listen to me then? Only want what is best for you, you know. Hurting you hurts me too. But if this is what you want, so be it. Let us go back to the beginning once again. Your fate is in your hands. At least, that is what you might think. You and I both know, however, that this is never the case. You still belong to me, and I'll never let you forget that. Now continue to struggle. Do your very best. It will not work. But it should be entertaining, if nothing else. All right, once again.
And into the castle.
I want to go to the castle. Good idea. Yep. Whee! Whee!
Woohoo!
Whee! All right. Fight.
And fight it again.
Oh, you wish to keep going, do you? That is impressive, given this is the second time you have been devoured so heartily. Of all the demises you have experienced, this one is the most gruesome. If you had tired of these repetitions, I would understand. I am not the wicked witch you might think I am, and I would be willing to show you mercy should you want it. But I can tell that you do not want it. Goodness me, you are stubborn. Why, I ask you, do you continue to fight? There is no escape for you, you know. I will never let you leave, no matter how you struggle. But very well. Let us go back to the beginning once again. Your fate is in your hands. Or so I once told you. You ought to know now, however, that this is never truly the case. You still belong to me. I am not going to let you get away from me, not that easily. You can struggle as much as you want, but it will be in vain. It does not matter where you go. I will always find you. I can promise you that much. Give up with a question mark. Did we have a question mark?
Did it? I don't remember having a question mark.
I don't remember either. Is there anything else that we can click on, maybe? No? Okay. Doesn't seem like it. All right. There, you see? Are you happy now? I told you that there were no use in repeating this night, yet you failed to listen. You have been drowned, buried, and consumed once more. And for what? Do you feel as though you have made any progress in your attempts to escape from me? Once again, you find yourself as you were at the end of your last foray into my forest full of nightmares. You are kneeling upon the ground, your feet aching, perhaps they are bleeding, and your skirt tattered and torn. You try to inhale, but it hurts. It feels as though your lungs have been punctured by a pair of embroidery scissors. When you swallow, you can taste salt upon your tongue. You blink, but it is so very dark in these woods you fear you cannot see. There is a heavy, leaden weight upon your shoulders. It feels as though somebody is shoveling soil upon you. Your body, I thought so. I was like, it feels like she's going through each of her experiences.
Yeah.
Your body is cold, as though it has been sapped of all warmth. Your blood, which ought to flow through your veins, feel as though it is frozen. That or has been purged from your body altogether in rust-red gobbets. Have you not had enough of this now, silly thing? I'm saying this for your sake, you know, just as much as I am mine. Though I might have trapped you hence, I did it only because I care for you. I want only for you to realize the folly of your ways. Now cease your foolish attempts to escape. They will accomplish nothing save stretching your mind beyond its limitations. It has already, I feared, been stretched thin already. Humans are not designed to die, not as incessantly as you have. One death would be enough to finish most of your kind off. Yet you have endured 6 of them. You do not want to go through that again, do you? Then do not run from me. Let me console you. Let me embrace you. Let me love you. What do you say to that?
Oh?
Cat got your tongue, Well, no matter. You will not need your tongue to speak while we are together. It is an unnecessary appendage, however much you might wish. How you might wish one day to whisper sweet nothings to me. I am an all-powerful witch after all, and I can hear all of your thoughts. I know what you are thinking. Yes, that is right. Silence is golden, as they say. You do not need to speak. You do not need to blink. You do not even need to breathe. Now that you are finally mine, I will cut off your tongue, and I will pluck out your pretty little eyes, and I will... No. I beg your pardon. What was that, dear one? Defiance, don't look at me like that.
Defiance.
Can you read this for me?
Yeah. I said no. I am not your dear one. I never wanted this.
What? You would defy me still, after all you have endured? Were 6 deaths not enough for you, you gluttonous girl? Do you wish for more?
I just wished for a friend. I didn't want to be lonely. But you ensnared me. You tricked me.
Well, I never. What bold accusations. They are not true, though, you know. They are bald-faced lies. I did nothing of the sort. My name might begin in a similar fashion, but I am no Mephistopheles. I was very upfront when we first met. I said if you wished to make a contract with me, it would cost you. It is your own fault that you did not listen. You accepted my terms, and now you are paying the price. Now, if you will come with me, my dear.
I am not your dear.
Really now, this has all become rather tiresome. I must insist that you cease this childish outburst at once, or else.
Or else what? Will you cut off my tongue? Will you pluck out my eyes? You already stole my name. But it's coming back to me.
What? No, that should be impossible. You gave your name to me. You gave your soul to me. You pledged your heart and your body to me. And now...
And now I want them back. I'm tired of these games, too.
This is so cool.
Yeah. Medea.
You remember my name?
I do now. You're called Medea, and I...
No, stop it.
I'm called Rosette.
It can't be. I knew you were stubborn, but...
I learned how to be stubborn. I'm used to being bullied. You're just like the others. I'm not afraid of you anymore. You took everything from me. And now I'm taking it back.
No, you can't. Rosette, please, don't go. Don't leave me. We made a contract, you and I. You said that you wanted a friend, and I promised to be that friend. I promised that I would always be there for you. Do you really mean to abandon me?
That was the general idea.
All right. And what of me? What am I supposed to do?
You? You can rot for all I care.
What? No, Rosette. I call after you retreating back, but you do not heed my words. You do not turn your head. Once it was you who knelt in the dirt, your clothes tattered and torn, your dignity alongside it. You were so vulnerable then, and you were so very, very beautiful. In a perverse way, however, I think you might look even more beautiful now that you are walking away from me. That is the thing you humans say, is it not? You never realize just how much you value something until you no longer have it. It does not hold true in my case, however. I knew you were a precious find when you first summoned me. Your fiery determination, even in the fate of extreme hardship, endeared you to me. I thought you very noble, really, how you had survived for so long in an environment which was so very hostile. For a human, I thought you remarkable. This is why I decided to form a contract with you. I thought, with a human like you by my side, my own life of empty, endless wandering might not be so lonely. Goodness me. I must be growing sentimental in my old age. Now you are not the one upon the ground. It is I. I could keep calling for you, but I know it would do no good. You will not turn back for me now. Not when I have caused you so much suffering.
Yeah, 6 deaths.
Yeah, 6. I did not mean to hurt you so, though. I did. I truly did love you, albeit in my own way. In the end, however, I suppose the love of a witch was too much even for you to endure. 6 times. Now there is nothing but the milky moonlight and the trees which jut out the earth about me. They look like monuments built in honor of a foreign god. They look like nothing from the world that you knew, Rosette. because they are not of your world. They are of mine. Now you have fled from me, like a bird let loose from its cage. I fear I will never see you again. I will be on my own in this forest for all eternity. Or until another silly little girl with stars in her eyes and dreams in her heart summons me once more. It has happened a handful of times in the past. It might one day happen again. Until that day, however, I will lie here among the foliage and fog, and when I close my eyes, I will let myself dream. And, enrobed in the undulating mist, I shall think to myself, it gets so lonely here.
Wow.
Wow.
That was actually incredible.
That was awesome. Oh yeah, hell yeah. I was like, maybe.
So now we should have all of
maybe
them.
now it should be all of them.
Together.
Yes. Okay, page 2. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. Okay. I was like,
Oh.
maybe, because that felt like too, you know, it felt like, I'm like, this can't be
Right.
the ending. There has to be something else.
Oh.
Holy faggot. That was so good. Yay! Hello everyone, this is Abby. A lot of authors notes that it was entirely possible. Oh, that's true. Oh, yeah. Although I think about it now, it's entirely possible that you might have missed the first lot of author's notes if you didn't think to check them before start. Oh, fuck. I may have done that.
Oh.
In this case, this would be your first lot of author notes instead. Whoa. Oh, this is long. Do you mind if I
there's a
read this?
lot. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Let's see. Woo, there is a lot here. I'll run through it quickly, chat. In any case, initially I was planning out It Gets So Lonely Here. I didn't intend for there to be more to the story after the first playthrough. I was going to end the story there after the witch Medea ensnares a despairing Rosette in her grasp. But while I was coding the VN together, I thought it might be cool to do a New Game Plus situation where starting the game for a second time gives you a slightly different outcome. I've done this in one of my early VNs, Empty Horizons, so it's not exactly new territory. Fun implementing after starting on Empty Horizons. However, I thought I might as do well here. So, in the second playthrough, I thought it would feel narratively satisfying to give the reader, though Rosette isn't really aligned with a reader, she has a personality of her own, an opportunity to get the better of the second-person narrator who's been watching them die over and over again. Initially, I thought of making the confrontation between Rosette and Medea more humorous in tone, with Rosette snapping after being suggested to so much drama. I was thinking of having full-on comedy. Oh, that's funny. Playing in the scene while Rosette shouts at Medea, "Stop calling me my dear one. I do have a name, you know." But eventually decided I could make the confrontation more striking if I made it more dramatic instead. Yeah, I'm glad she did.
Yeah.
The core of my original idea still remains, however, even though the confrontation is more serious. Rosette still calls Medea out for being horrible to her, declares that she's sick of being toyed with, and storms off to go get bullied some more in the real world, presumably. That's probably better than being drowned, buried, or eaten alive. I wanted the confrontation to pack a bit of a punch and to feel less ethereal and unformed than the rest of the story, so I decided to commit here and actually give the two lead characters names. Medea is a pretty straightforward name for a creepy witch if you know your Greek mythology, though there's also an antagonistic character in Tanith's the silver medal lover called Medea, who has a twin brother called Jason. Haha. Yeah, which might have influenced my decision. That's true, I do know that. As for Rosette comes from a lot of things, so she actually gets her name from Desade's famous 120 Days of Sodom. 120 Days is a horrible story. Yeah, from the title, sounds awful.
Yeah.
I wouldn't recommend to anybody, but some of the names in it are pretty at least. 120 Days has a column, Hyacinth, and Hebe?
I think Hebe.
Which are all names nice enough that I like to use them myself in other projects. Oh, did I? Oops. There it is. These names, however, are associated with child characters who have been kidnapped for nefarious purposes. Their real names stripped for them by their wicked new masters in a further display of control. The child characters with aesthetic names in 120 Days aren't afforded bodily autonomy. They're even robbed of their identities. I suppose you could say it's ironic that I use such a name for It Gets So Lonely Here's lead. when we're claiming her name at the end of the story is what allows her to escape from her captor. Oh, that's true. That is interesting. But mostly chose the name because I think it's pretty. I've been wanting to use it for a while. That's so fucking real.
That's hilarious.
The mechanics of Rosette's showdown with Medea was inspired, meanwhile, by the popular mobile game Fate Go. In FGO, the player assumed the role of a silent lead who never speaks in the story save for odd choice options popped out of the story. Yeah, there's a lot of gotcha, though. Very slight alterations in the script. The main character in FGO never sees any dialogue directly attributed to them outside of these choices. There are a few instances in the story, typically during serious moments where your allies are in grave danger, you have to take a stand, where you are given an option to directly interact with your opponents. GBF kind of does that too. In these instances, the player will be presented with a bunch of different dialogue options back to back inside choice boxes that you can press. I suppose the interactivity of having to physically click on your dialogue so your character can say it makes it feel like more like you are actually facing off against an enemy. Like the mute main character in FGO, Rosette doesn't have any dialogue directly attributed to her in the story, but she does get a chance to speak for herself, so to say, using the choice bubbles that were previously used to determine which route you wanted to experience. It's not groundbreaking, I suppose, but it was a lot of fun to implement. Yeah, I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, I liked it.
I thought it was pretty satisfying to give our long-suffering heroine a chance to speak back against her tormentor, if nothing else. The mermaid, the gravedigger, and the princess, alas, still don't get names of their own. They're consigned to their roles as fairy tale representatives, rather than fleshed-out characters, so they're a little more enigmatic than both Rosette and Medea.
Like, it keeps the feeling like they're made-up stories from Medea.
Right, 100%. I'd imagine these girls as fabrications created by Medea in any event, who only exist to torment Rosette, so maybe you could think of them as Water Medea, Earth Medea, and Blood Medea, maybe? That's a good concept. It wasn't a direct inspiration, but I also feel like there are some serious Higurashi Sotsu vibes. Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And it gets so lonely here. I was thinking while I wrote that final confrontation, it reminded me of something, but now I'm not starting to wonder if Rosette and Medea have a Satoko and Reek. Oh yeah, that's a good thought. Or
I don't think I know any of this.
That's okay. It's just Higurashi. You know of Higurashi at least. It's
the name sounds familiar.
Yeah,
it's nothing's like coming into my mind.
It's a horror anime. It's like an old horror anime. It was also a visual novel.
I see.
Older, I say in quotations. And yeah, it has a lot of infamy about having like very dark and disturbing scenes and things like that. But yeah, or maybe Birkenstill and Lama Delta vibes. I believe that's from Fate, but I'm not super into Fate. It wasn't really intentional, but it might have been subconscious influence, given I am a pretty big fan of Ryukishio. Yeah, one of the artists, I believe. That should wrap up the news of this VN for real this time. Once again, I hope you enjoyed your time spent with it. I had a lot of fun putting this together, though I think I enjoy more because of the mechanics than the story itself. Feels a bit of a departure from my usual VNs. Minus one Winsept Night, I suppose, which also did have some strange things with Renbee. That's a cute name. It was fun trying to get the code to work exactly how I wanted it. Yeah, that is really interesting. Now, if you're at all worried about Medea, who's been left on her own in the woods, you can go check back up on her. You wouldn't want her to be lonely now, would you? Doing that will reset all your data, though, so don't go making contracts with witches willy-nilly. Your actions do have consequences. Ebby. Thank you, Ebby. Wow. So yeah, now if you start it over again, it will officially start from the beginning.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's really cool. I really enjoyed that.
It's super dope. All right. Just in case OBS is gonna like shit itself again.
Yeah, because you're getting real crunchy.
Oh, am I? Oh no.
Yeah.
If I think we'll go ahead and call it here at the very least.
Yeah.
I wish I could share my thoughts, but is it crunchy stream side?
It's
no, okay. Okay, so stream side it's fine.
Okay.
It's just if I'm crunchy for you, that's the Discord thing.
Okay. It's calmed down. It's no longer crunchy.
Okay, cool. Tight. All right. Stream side is fine, but just in case I would usually switch over to my just chatting and everything. We're gonna hang out here. We're gonna not touch anything. Medea is an interesting choice for a mythological name. Yeah. If you know your Greek history about Miss Medea, this is very fitting for her. But yeah, because I wanted to express, our final thoughts before we part. Which is, I'm so glad to read that little bit from Ebihime, because that I like seeing the author's intent behind things and their own thoughts and like how they created something. Because oftentimes if you have something that's like, wow, this is really like deep, meaningful, and impactful, I wonder why this was the reason for this. And sometimes the author would be like, I don't know, it just sounded cool. Which I do all the time.
Yeah.
So I like to see that from her too. Just being like, this is cool, right?
Like, yes, I bet you were expecting some deep, meaningful thought behind this, but no, it's just quirky.
No, it's just nice and pretty. I did think it was a very cool note about her being like, the name Rosette she got is from that story. And even though like the name Rosette isn't that character's name, it was a name given by somebody else in their imprisonment. And then having her have that, like, within the narrative of it gets lonely here, being like, I've reclaimed my name, it's Rosette, but then Rosette's also not her name. I find that very funny and very interesting.
Yeah.
It is good. It's a good
It
game.
was very good. I enjoyed it a lot.
I'm so glad. We got to finish.
I know.
Jesus Christ.
I know. With my schedule being so busy, it's so difficult, and I feel so bad. But
no, it's okay.
I make it work.
Yeah, I was very much. I was like, we don't have much more left of the story. It'll be so quick, I promise. It would have been even quicker if my computer cooperated. So she's gonna need to shut down and some sit time, I guess. But that's great and fine, because hey, we're heading into the holidays, which means that I won't be available for a good little bit. Holidays, which is great for me, which means some rest time, but it also, I have family coming over and stuff and things, so I'll be busy offline. This one, thank you. No problem. Thank you guys for hanging out through all of through that mess. So for pretty much for the rest of this week, unless for some reason I decide at some time, I'll be good and ready. There's going to be no more streams for the rest of this week. Maybe we'll get together and do some kind of friend slot game at the end of this week.
Yes.
Maybe. We'll see. Cause I still want to play the new World of Peak that I haven't yet.
I see.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, thank you, Sonic Swag Hog. Appreciate it. It's a good name.
It is.
All right. We'll go ahead and not push my PC any more than it needs.
Yeah,
to.
let it give it some rest.
We're gonna go to the end screen and we're gonna see what happens. So thank you everybody for joining me. Thank you.
Thanks, Chad.
Thank you, Dobby, for finishing this up with me.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Yeah.
I'm always happy to be here.
Yay! All right, and we'll go ahead and head off. Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Bye.